American Football Conference. Today from Three Rivers Stadium, it's the Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Today's game is brought to you by Schlitz. Make the most of now. From the life you live to the beer you drink, go for it. By Chrysler Plymouth, who invite you to see our 1980 models and compare Chrysler's engineering to any other car. By Kmart Automotive Service Centers, where quality car products are Kmart price. And by Hertz, where the winners rent. Hello, everybody. This is Charlie Jones along with Len Dawson. Three Rivers Stadium, Pittsburgh. The Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The standings in the AFC Central. Houston with that victory over Dallas on Thanksgiving Day, out in front by a half game over Pittsburgh. Their record is 9-3, and Cleveland just a game behind them. Matt Bahr will be kicking off for the Steelers, and Dino Hall will be the deep back on the return for the Cleveland Browns. We are underway. The temperature in the mid-50s. Rain this morning. Sun is trying to break through. Dino's 6-yard line. 15. Near side at the 20. Turns upfield and then knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line by Theo Bell. And so Cleveland will move on offense with Brian Sipe at quarterback, Mike Pruitt and Calvin Hill, the two running backs. The receivers for Brian Sipe, and as a trio, they could well be the best in the National Football League. Reggie Rucker, Ozzie Newsome, and Dave Logan.
They possess Ozzie Newsome, that tight end, and he has the speed of an outside receiver. Great speed, and they'll split him out away from the offensive tackle much of the afternoon.
Those three receivers together, 121 receptions, more than 2,000 yards, and 19 touchdowns as a trio. Reggie Rucker in motion. Calvin Hill gets the first call off the right side, has a couple of yards to the 27-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as John Banaszak makes the tackle. Here's an offensive line for the Cleveland Browns coming into their own. Doug Deacon, Cody Rison, Tom DeLeon, Robert E. Jackson, and Henry Shepard.
It's going to be the responsibility of that offensive line to keep those Pittsburgh Steelers off Sipe's neck. They've been doing a good job all year long, particularly throwing the football.
2nd down and 8. A passing situation for Brian Sipe. He sends Rucker in motion. Play action. Has a man there, hits him. It is Dave Logan. Has a first down, 38-yard line. A gain of 11. Dennis Winston and Mel Blount make the tackle, and we have the first down of the ball game. Defensively now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, L.C. Greenwood, Joe Green, Gary Dunn, and John Banaszak up front with the three linebackers, and they are outstanding. Jack Ham on the right, Jack Lambert in the middle, and Dennis Winston, Dirt Winston, as an outside linebacker. This is his 8th start of the year.
You would know that Lambert would have to be different, right? He'd have to wear a different type of shirt. He is different.
And he is a good one. First down, Cleveland, their own 38-yard line. Mike Pruitt leads to the 40-yard line. A gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down 8. Gary Dunn is the man who drove him back. And here is the secondary for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ron Johnson will be on one corner with Mel Blount on the other. Donnie Shell and J.T. Thomas at the defensive safeties.
And that's an outstanding secondary for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The cornerbacks, they have the ability to play man-to-man, and you don't see that all the time in the National Football League. And both corners are outstanding. That
defense has 24 interceptions, 2nd in the National Football League. Sipe to throw, 4 on the pattern. Drops it off to Pruitt, incomplete. It will be 3rd down and 8. Jack Ham is the man who made the defensive read for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I guess it's just as well, Charlie, that Pruitt did not catch the ball, because number 59, that man right there, considered the best outside linebacker in the National Football League, Jack Ham, was there. Had he made the catch, he'd have tackled him for a loss.
Cleo Miller comes in. Mike Pruitt comes out of the offensive set for the Browns. Robin Cole comes in defensively for the Steelers. Gary Dunn comes out. So a 3-4 defensive set, 3rd down and 8. Ball game just underway. Sipe, good protection, throws, it is there. First down, Dave Logan. Mel Blount had the defensive coverage. It is a first down at the Pittsburgh 46-yard line.
I think you can credit that offensive line to the Cleveland Browns because they afford great protection for Brian Sipe. You can see number 75 Green there. Linebacker Cole coming in, a good throw, and Logan comes up with a good catch. As you can see, I said the cover men, the cornerbacks are excellent cover men. Blunt was all over Logan, but the pass was at the right spot.
For Dave Logan, he started the day with 41 receptions, 5 touchdowns. A young man who was drafted professional football, professional basketball, and professional baseball. Second first down of the drive for the Cleveland Browns, opening drive of the football game. Sipe gives to Pruitt. He will lose a yard. Joe Green, defensive left tackle, was there for Pittsburgh.
Well, the Cleveland Browns want to be able to run with the football because you can't put it in the air all of the time, but the Pittsburgh Steelers so far have done really an outstanding job against the run.
Notice the way that Joe Green sets up on defense. He angles toward the center. What is the effect?
The reason he does that is because most centers in the National Football League are right-handed. So he's going to occupy both the offensive center and that offensive right guard. They're both going to have to stay there to pick him up. Otherwise, he'll be in the backfield.
Joe Green, number 75. Second down, 11. Sipe blitzes on. He's in trouble. Jack Ham. For Ham, his 4th sack of the year. And for the Steelers, their 34th. They're 4th in the National Football League.
I guess that's one of the reasons that people say that number 59, Jack Ham, is the best outside linebacker in the National Football League. Because that time, Sipe had no idea that Ham was coming. He doesn't blitz that frequently, but when he does it very, very well.
So move the ball back to the 43-yard line of Cleveland. Defensively, Gary Dunn will come out. Robin Cole comes in. Third down and 20.
Too much
Cleveland
time.
takes too much time. Violation of the 30-second rule. That will cost him 5 more.
Sipe was trying to determine whether the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to really come with the safety blitz or whether they were faking it. In that case, it doesn't make any difference because he took too much time.
It will be third down and 25.
This is a situation you might as well throw the ball deep because if you throw it deep, and even if it is intercepted, unless it's really a good run back, it's just as good as a punt.
Cleo Miller replacing Mike Pruitt in the backfield. This is a situation that I've always wondered why we do not see a quick kick.
Quick kick.
5 on the pattern. Sipe with some pressure. Rolls out. He throws close to the line of scrimmage. Pass is complete. He will have the first down. There is not a flag. He barely got it off before he crossed the line of scrimmage. He goes to Dave Logan, who has become his early favorite receiver. Ron Johnson, Donnie Shell with the tackle.
Well, I'll tell you, credit Sipe with this one because he maintained his composure. He knew that he had a long way to go. He knew that he wasn't going to run with the football. He's trying to force that defense to make a move. They did. Logan got behind a man in the secondary. Come up with really a big play. When you have 25 yards to go for a first down, that's a long way to go. But Sipe, the combination of Sipe to Logan came up with it. They still maintained the football near the 30-yard line.
The line of scrimmage was the Cleveland 39. Sipe flirted with that line just as he got the pass away. Dino Hall in the backfield. Fakes to him a play action. Drops it off to Dino Hall. The little scooter to the 25, to the 20-yard line. Dino Hall at 5'7", 165 pounds from Glassboro State. Stopped by L.C. Greenwood and Jack Ham at the 20.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a good thing that he is short because he got underneath a lot of elbows and arms that time, picking up a big first, or not, about 8 yards and going for the first down. And here again, once again, Sipe is looking downfield. Nobody was open, so he went to his outlet man. And now somebody has to make an open field tackle. As you can see right there, it's a good thing he was short.
This is the first down of the drive, the one just a moment ago, that Cleveland picked up any kind of yardage. It is second down 2. Before it had been second and 8, second and 8, and second and 11. And that means now the offense can do what they want to do. They give to Pruitt. He is cut down by Gary Dunn.
Well, I think what I would do, I'd maybe go to the other side because they're going to Jack Ham's side over there. And that's tough duty over there trying to make some yardage. A pitch out, trying to get outside. You see number 35 is Calvin Hill making a block on the cornerback. But you see the pursuit coming in, stopping him short of the first down.
A loss of a yard to the 21. It will be third down 3. The running backs now Cleo Miller and Calvin Hill. Chuck Noe head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, with 97 victories, 56 defeats, and 1 tie in his great career here at the Steelers.
Here they come.
4 on the batter.
He's got a shot.
Ozzie Newsome, touchdown. The Wizard of Oz does it again. Mel Blount had perfect defensive coverage, but Ozzie Newsome, the former wide receiver from Alabama, scores, and Cleveland is out in front 6-0.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, they were coming with the safety blitz. Sipe read it all the way. The offensive line picked up the blitzing linebackers. You can see Hill or Miller picking up there, but a good throw. That ball had good loft to it. Coming down, number 82, Newsom coming up with a big touchdown.
75 yards on the drive in 11 plays. The opening drive of the ball game. Here is Don Cockcroft out of the hold of Dave Logan for the extra point. A flag is down. The kick was through the uprights, but hold it. 2 flags were dropped. Holding called against. They pointed first to the Steelers, but then to the Browns. So let's wait on Ben Dreith, the referee, to sort it out. The kick was through the uprights. But as the penalty, of course, is against the Browns, they will have to do it again. Against the Steelers, it would be refused.
The Cleveland Browns are moving back, so it must be against the Cleveland Browns.
A 10-yard penalty will take the ball out to the 12-yard line. That would then put the extra point attempt from the 19-yard to 29
on number
yards.
57 on the offense. Got to kick it over.
This is really an outstanding throw by Sipe because he gets a good trajectory on the ball that lofts it over. It's coming down so that the only man that can catch it is number 82, Ozzie Newsome. Really a fine throw by Sipe.
Holding call on Clay Matthews. So now the extra point attempt from the 19. An extra point attempt of 29 yards. And it is good. So the score, the Cleveland Browns 7, the Pittsburgh Steelers nothing. Opening drive of the ball game here at Three Rivers Stadium. We'll be back with a kickoff.
To open a door on the rest of the world and step out, falling free, 2 miles, straight down. You go for it. You go for all the gusto you can get, making the most of now. From the life you live to the beer you drink. Schlitz, the one beer brewed with gusto since 1849. The official beer of the Winter Olympics. Go for it.
And this is where we keep the Sony.
This is my wife, these are my kids, this is my son.
The difference between you and me, Perkins, is that you own a television, and I own a Sony.
There's one television people are proud enough of to brag about. The only television with the patented one-gun, one-lens system that won an Emmy. There's only one Trinitron, and it's from Sony, the one and only.
I think Henry's getting serious. Last night he gave me Sony.
Brian Sipe, the miracle worker, taking Cleveland. The opening touchdown drive, and they used more than 7 minutes on that clock.
What a difference a game makes. The last time these two teams met, I think, a minute into the second quarter, Pittsburgh was ahead by 3 touchdowns. It's a different story this afternoon.
Now let's go down to the field. Here's the kickoff. Don Cockcroft for the Cleveland Browns, the man who just added that long extra point. And Larry Anderson, number 30, is the deep back on the return. A year ago against Cleveland, he had his longest career return of 95 yards. But this year he has not been doing that much. And look at the Steelers. They are looking for an onside kick. It is high, and it is reasonably short, taken to the 15-yard line by Anderson. To the 25.
Fumble.
He fumbles. Cleveland can come up with a football. It is bobbled. The Browns have the break. The Pittsburgh Steelers, that is their 43rd 4-3 turnover of the year. The most in the National Football League. And in their 3 losses this year, they have turned the ball over half of that time, 21 times. Ron Bolton is the man who came up with it.
You said last year Anderson had his longest run. Also last year against the Cleveland Browns, a very controversial play in which they thought he fumbled the football. This time the ball is bobbled. Cleveland Browns are going to come up with it. And what a difference, I said a minute ago, what a difference a game makes, because the last time these two teams played, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers that jumped out in front. This time, Cleveland Browns have already scored 7 points, and they are now on the 3-yard line looking to score again.
It was a combination of Clinton Burrell and Ron Bolton. 3-yard line of the Steelers. Mike Pruitt stops at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down, goal to go. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, that is the 43rd turnover for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Talking about turnovers, a week ago against the San Diego Chargers, San Diego came up with 8 turnovers against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That has been the thing that has defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers. Against Cincinnati, they also had a problem holding on to the football.
And as I also just said, a reminder from George Finkel, our producer in the truck, the 3 losses to Philadelphia, Cincinnati, and San Diego, a total of 21 turnovers. Second down, goal to go. Mike Pruitt, sweep left. He will lose a yard. Jack Lambert, the middle linebacker. It will now be third down and goal to go.
No running room at all for the Cleveland Browns. They've not gained any yards. Pitching out, hoping to get outside. Number 47 is Blunt. He makes a good play. Avoids the block. He doesn't make the tackle, but he slows him up, strings him out in order for number 58, the middle linebacker, Jack Lambert, to come in and make the tackle. They're still near the 3-yard line after 2 downs. I look for a pass here.
Third down, goal to go. And Pittsburgh calls for a timeout. Jack Lambert, the middle linebacker, defensive captain, called for the timeout, so we'll take a break. Cleveland 7, Pittsburgh nothing. Browns are threatening. We'll be back in a moment.
Wait till you see what they did to my car.
With the Cordoba, we went back to the drawing boards. We wanted to get the gas mileage up, but not at the expense of the styling.
Introducing the totally redesigned Chrysler Cordoba. All the luxury you expect is here. But so is gas mileage. You can have high style and good mileage. The new Cordoba proves it. I like what they've done to my car.
Buy a Cordoba now at participating dealers. Get a $300 check direct from Chrysler.
Head & Shoulders doesn't have it. Selsun Blue doesn't have it. Only Denerex has it. An extra relief medicine to stop dandruff itch. You can feel it tingle. All 3 shampoos have dandruff medicine. But only Denerex adds a second medicine, an exclusive anti-itch medicine dermatologists recommend.
You can feel it tingle. That's extra relief medicine, and only Denerex has it.
Denerex stops dandruff itch with extra relief medicine no leading shampoo has.
On Sports World, inmate James Scott faces Yaki Lopez in a bout behind bars. Then, time permitting, the big money finals of the Legends of Bowling, plus the World Pro Skiing Championship Series Downhill and the Invitational Snowmobile Derby, all next Saturday.
And don't forget Sports World on NBC on Saturdays throughout the football season. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. First turnover of the ball game as Larry Anderson fumbled the kickoff return. It is third down, goal to go Cleveland at the 3-yard line of the Steelers. Pat Moriarty and Mike Pruitt are the 2 running backs. Sipe throws in the corner of the end zone. It is incomplete. He was going to Ozzie Newsome. Joe Green was putting the pressure on it. So the steel curtain drops on the Cleveland Browns.
That was a big, big series for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They did not let them into the end zone. Otherwise, it would have been 14-0. Sipe on that play was looking to his tight end, number 82, Ozzie Newsome. He was well covered. Lambert was another man. Here you see the pressure applied by Joe Green, number 75. He is just throwing the ball away to avoid a loss, throwing it out of the end zone. As you can see right there, number 82 is Newsome. 58, Lambert is covering him very well.
Field goal attempt by Don Cockcroft. 20 yards. It is good. The score is now Cleveland 10 and Pittsburgh nothing with 7:15 left to go. That is the time remaining in the first quarter as the Cleveland Browns are out in front of the Steelers. Back with the kickoff in a moment.
Hurricane Frederick strikes the Gulf Coast, leaving behind over $1 billion worth of damage. Before the winds stopped, Allstate people were at work. using new techniques of handling claims, like radios and computers.
Place the roof complete.
Okay.
Place the left quarter glass.
Got it.
Speeding up settlement of thousands of claims, both auto and homeowners. Allstate in action. New ways of giving help when you need it. You're in good hands with Allstate.
To ride the rolling thunder and feel the power of freedom, you go for it. You go for all the gusto you can get, making the most of now. From the life you live to the beer you drink. And the one beer brewed with gusto since 1849 is Schlitz, the official beer of the Winter Olympics. Go for it.
On Robo, hillbillies take Orly by storm.
I'm wearing them down.
And so is Birdie.
Never had me a prisoner of love before.
Tuesday.
Brian Sipe, the miracle worker of the Cleveland Browns. There has been a change for the Steelers. Anthony Anderson, number 33, is a deep back on the return, replacing Larry Anderson, who just fumbled the kickoff return a moment ago. He also fumbled a kickoff return a week ago against San Diego. Don Cockcroft will be kicking off. The Steelers have yet to run a play on offense. Anthony Anderson at the 10, 20, 25, and he returns outside the 30. They'll spot it at the 30-yard line. So for the Steelers, offensively, we will see for the first time Terry Bradshaw with Rocky Blyer and Franco Harris, the two running backs. His receivers, and they are good ones, John Stallworth, Lynn Swan, and Vinnie Cunningham, the tight end.
I'll say that they're good ones. John Stallworth, number 82, has 55 receptions so far this year. Bradshaw likes to go to his outside receivers and his tight end, more so than to the backs.
Stallworth also leads the National Football League in yardage with 987, and Bradshaw goes to the air. Pass is there to Stallworth. He is over 1,000 yards. Big opening play for the Steelers.
Well, you just got through saying really has outstanding receivers, particularly that man, number 82, John Stallworth, runs pass patterns. The patterns probably as well as anybody. Play action pass, Alzado at the new position at the defensive tackle position. Good throw by Bradshaw. Stallworth comes up with the first down at the 35-yard line.
The first man over 1,000 yards receiving for the Steelers since Roy Jefferson did it in 1969. Franco Harris to the 31-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6. There have been some changes in the offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ted Peterson, a left tackle, replacing John Kolb, who has a pinched nerve in his neck. Sam Davis, Mike Webster, Steve Corson. He and Jerry Mullins at that right guard have been alternating. Mullins now has a shoulder problem. Larry Brown is the right tackle. Second down and 6. Brown's out in front, 10-0. We're in the first quarter. Second back through is Rocky Blyer. Blyer to the 27-yard line. He picks up 4. It'll be third down and 2 as Charlie Hall and Ron Bolton make the tackle. Here is a defensive line for the Cleveland Browns.
And it has changed. Mike St. Clair is taking Alzado's place at the left end position. Mickey Sims, number 78, is still at left tackle, but number 77, Lyle Alzado, is moving from a defensive end position to that right tackle position. Jack Gregory, number 81, is the right end. For Alzado, that is a big change, going from the outside to inside, because your reads are a lot different. Instead of just working on the offensive tackle, you got to worry about the center and both guards.
Now in the short yardage situation, Kolb comes in. Larry Brown becomes a tight end. Randy Grossman is the wingback. Going deep to Blyer, and he overthrows it.
He had him open earlier.
And so Chuck Noll has become the Mississippi Gambler in the mode of Sam Retigliano, the head coach of the Browns.
He had number 20, Rocky Blyer, look like he had a step on the defensive man early, waited a little longer to throw the football, and he was going to throw it far enough. If Rocky couldn't get it, no one was going to get it.
From the 35-yard line, an attempt of 45 yards by Matt Bahr. Cole quit holding. His longest this year is 46. And he has it with room to spare. And the Steelers are on the board as Matt Bahr converts from 45 yards away. 4 minutes, 47 seconds. Time remaining in an explosive first quarter. The Browns lead by 7.
I'm Frank Schroeder. If you're like me, this is the only kind of running you want to do on a business trip. That's why you should stay at a Hilton, because Hilton can put you within walking distance of almost every business, financial, and entertainment center in the country.
Good morning, Mr. Shorter. Good morning, Mr. Shorter.
So when it's time to get down to business, why run when you can walk?
There's no place like Hilton.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me. He's not too bad, except for those stale clothes. Wonder how he'd look in something fresh like pleated Hager slacks. Or a wool Hager sport coat and slacks. Even a Hager vested suit.
Cantaloupe?
No, let's have a church wedding.
Hager, because looking good makes you feel good.
Boy, this is the express line.
The two head coaches, Sam Retigliano and Chuck Noe. Matt Bahr will be kicking off. We'll check the scoreboard right after the return. Dino Hall is deep. Dino takes it at the 11-yard line. He's to the 20. Slips a tackle to the 30. Excellent return. 35, 40. Dives to about the 43, maybe the 44-yard line. Zach Valentine was the man who covered him, and the Browns have excellent field position. Lynn?
Tampa Bay ahead of Minnesota 6-0 in the first period. Ricky Bell, a 2-yard run. The kick was blocked. Got another score. New York Giants, Doug Kotar, a 1-yard run. The Giants lead Washington by the score of 7-0.
Cleveland leading in the ball game, 10-3. First down, their own 44-yard line. Logan comes wide to the near side with Reggie Rucker in the slot. Mike Pruitt. 2 yards to the 46. It'll be second down 8. Joe Green makes the tackle.
Cincinnati Bengals leading St. Louis by the score of 7-0. That's in the first period. Pete Johnson, a 2-yard run.
So Cleveland, as Chuck Weber, the defensive coach, checks out his defensive line and linebackers. Cleveland has been unable to move on first down with one exception of the ballgame.
That's right, and they're not running with the football the way they would like to. Take some of the heat off that passing game.
Calvin Hill. Hill to the 48-yard line. A gain of 2. It will be third down and 6. Jack Ham makes the tackle. Next Saturday in Sports World, inmate James Scott, a two-fisted banger, puts his undefeated record on the line against Yaki Lopez in a bout behind bars. Then, time permitting, it's the big money finals of the Legends of Bowling, plus the World Pro Skiing Championship Series Downhill and the Invitational Snowmobile Derby, all on Sports World next Saturday. Here is Lyle Alzado. He has now been moved inside at defensive tackle. First time he has played inside since 1975. Third down and 6. 4 on the pattern. Sipe drills it. First down. Pittsburgh 40-yard line. J.T. Thomas made the tackle. Ozzie Newsome, the tight end, had the catch.
Good throw by Sipe that time, finding his tight end number 82, Ozzie Newsome. Just curling around about 12 yards downfield in front of the deep backs and between the linebackers. And you can see the linebacker number 56 is Robin Cole blitzing. 24 is J.T. Thomas also. He was blitzing. So that means that there was single coverage on the receivers.
Dino Hall is in the backfield. It is a first down. Pittsburgh 40-yard line. Cleveland, the number 1 offense in the conference. Fake to Hall. Then he throws to Dino, and a flag is down. That will be holding against the Browns. They will bring it back. There's a fumble. The ball bounced forward enough for the first down. Cleveland, I believe, recovered the fumble, but we'll go back to the marker. Robert E. Jackson fell on the ball. It would have been a first down except for the flag. It is holding against the Browns.
Once again, Sipe had to go to his outlet man. That was not a screen pass. He was getting pressure up front. The receivers downfield not covered, so he gives it to his back out in the flat. Let him run and also let somebody make an open field tackle on him. Unfortunately, for the Cleveland Browns, somebody was detected holding.
It'll be first down and 20 at the 50-yard line. Sipe has completed 6 of 8. Already 99 yards. The touchdown to Newsome. We have 2 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the first quarter. This young man from San Diego State has had an outstanding year. Brian Sipe pitches to Mike Pruitt. Cut down by Dirt Winston.
Not much there. Pittsburgh's really doing a fine job against the run of the Cleveland Browns, and I know that that's what Cleveland would like to establish. They don't want to get in a position where it's 1st and 20 all the time, but they want to establish that running game. That takes a lot of the pressure off the passing game. Just a pitch out, trying to find an open hole, but there is no open hole. As you can see, number 53 is Winston coming in, making a good tackle. Now he's coming out of the ball game. They're anticipating pass.
Cleo Miller comes in. Mike Pruitt comes out. Dwayne Woodruff is in the secondary as an extra man. Second down, 17.
We got everybody up on near that line of scrimmage.
Blitz is coming. Going deep. Ozzie Newsome. Incomplete. Donnie Shell was there for the Steelers. Newsome did not have a step on Shell. Excellent defensive coverage.
Yes, it was good coverage, but he almost came up with an outstanding catch. Maybe that's why they call him the Wizard of Oz. But Sipe laid that ball up so that either Newsome caught the football or no one caught the football. That was man-for-man coverage. Number 31 Shell had the responsibility of handling number 82 Newsome, and he did a fine job that time.
Third down and 17 at the Steeler 47-yard line. It is Cleveland 10, Pittsburgh 3. Third down conversions. The Browns have converted 4 of 5. Slot right with Newsome split away left. Sipe rolls. All the time in the world. Throws incomplete to the hands of Cleo Miller.
I tell you, he was looking downfield. Number 33, Reggie Rucker, had run a pattern near the sidelines. You can see him right now. He's in the slot, coming downfield. He's going to break to his right. He's wide open right there, deep. But Sipe had other ideas. He had to unload the football. Had he been able to get the ball to him right there, it would have been a big gain. Maybe a touchdown.
Johnny Evans will be kicking, and Theo Bell is set for the punt return at the 10-yard line. Bell takes it on the run at the 17, 25, maybe the 26-yard line on the return. NFL football next Sunday. We'll start it off with NFL 79, and here's a look at the game. The most meaningful game, of course, will be Houston at Cleveland, and we'll be there for that one.
And this game right today is very meaningful because of what's going to happen next week. As I said, Cleveland has yet to play Houston. Pittsburgh also has to play Houston.
There was a holding call, so we'll bring it back and kick over. Ironically, the Cleveland Browns, one of the least penalized teams in the National Football League, have been hit with flags early in this ball game.
Well, it's fortunate, really, that they've had some penalties, but
this one is against the Steelers.
Holding number 49
Crucial
before
penalty.
the kick. 5-yard penalty, and that's the first down.
That is on the Steelers. Our information from the truck is that it was on the Browns. That is defensive holding, automatic, first down. Cleveland has the ball. It's on Dwayne Woodruff.
That was a tough call. Taking a look at the standings in the Central Division of the AFC, Houston, with their victory over Dallas on Thursday, maintains the lead over both Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. So this game today is important.
First down at the Pittsburgh 42-yard line. Sipe play action. Overthrown.
Oh, he caught the football.
Did he pull it down? It was over Ozzie Newsome. I was looking for the interception, and Newsome pulled it down. Second week in a row, he's made an unbelievable catch.
I think he's trying to tell us that it's just routine, Charlie, because this ball is thrown, and it looked like perhaps he was trying to throw the ball away. You can see the pressure applied on Sipe. He gets the ball up between the two Pittsburgh defensive men, a one-handed grab, and he's making that routine. Last week, he also had a one-handed grab. You take a look at the defensive line of the Pittsburgh Steelers, putting pressure on the quarterback. That's number 75, Joe Green. Generally takes 2 men to handle him.
First down at the Steeler 22-yard line, courtesy Ozzie Newsome.
He's got the outside.
Pruitt, sweep left. And he is run out of bounds by J.T. Thomas. They'll mark it out at the 17-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5.
I think that's the longest gain on first down with a running play that the Browns have had so far in this ball game. And the reason for it is because they got the linebacker, they made a block on him, and he was able to get to the outside before J.T. Thomas ran him out of bounds. But there wasn't much there.
Second down 5 at the Steelers 17-yard line. The Browns threaten for the 3rd time in the ball game. They have a touchdown and a field goal. They lead 10-3. Running backs are split. Calvin Hill becomes a favorite receiver in this situation. He flares over the middle. He's open for a moment. The swing is outside to Pruitt, and Pruitt is at the 15-yard line. A gain of 2. Donnie Shell makes the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down and still 3 yards to go.
Once again, Sipe was looking downfield, but the secondary of the Pittsburgh Steelers had the receivers well covered, so he just threw the ball out to his outlet man, the running back. See what happens. Shell did make a good open field tackle. Coming up now, still looks like a passing situation with 2 or 3 yards to go for the Cleveland Browns.
We are counting down the end of the first quarter that you can paint Cleveland Browns. At the end of the first quarter, the score is Cleveland 10. The Steelers 3. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Where Rich Man, Poor Man left off, Irwin Shaw's searing beggar man thief. Gene Simmons and Glenn Ford. He knew her secrets, but he loved her anyway. Andrew Stevens and Tova Felcia. She's a terrorist who uses his love as a weapon. Tom Nolan, out to avenge his father's death. The explosive saga of the Jordache family. Beggar Man Thief, a world premiere Monday.
Hey, look! Bill got a new wagon. It's my 1980 Jeep Cherokee. Oh, an ordinary wagon isn't good enough, huh?
Hey, my Cherokee rides real smooth. It's roomy, hauls heavier gear, and of course it's got 4-wheel drive. And Cherokee gets about the same gas mileage as your full-size 2-wheel drive wagons.
Phil, here's your old spot on the blacktop.
Not for me.
Wow! That Cherokee is some wagon.
Jeep Cherokee. It takes you off the blacktop and puts you on top of the world.
It's that time of day when you can say, come on and head for the mountains. The taste is smooth and waiting for you.
Here's to a beer brewed slow, cold, and natural for a taste as smooth as its name. Busch.
Head for Busch Beer. Head for Busch Beer.
Brian Song, a TV3 movie special, next Sunday at 4.
Time of possession becomes the story of the first quarter.
Well, you can take a look right there at that statistic and to determine what's going on in this football game. 12.5 minutes to 2.5 minutes, and the Cleveland Browns still have the football.
3rd down and 3. Cleo Miller, Calvin Hill in the backfield. A 3-4 defense as Robin Cole comes aboard. Sipe looks left, throws, it is knocked away. Good defensive play by Mel Blount. Dave Logan, the intended receiver, and that means that Don Cockcroft will come in with a field goal, a tip-up coming.
They were looking for a pass, and they put the pressure on Sipe that time. They came with the linebackers blitzing, which means, once again, when you're blitzing the linebackers, the defensive backs are covering their men man-to-man. That time, Blount did really an excellent job. Washington got on the scoreboard with a field goal. New York Giants still lead by the score of 7-3. Mark Mosley, a 23-yard field goal for the Redskins.
Now a 32-yard attempt by Don Cockcroft out of the hold of Dave Logan. Logan, a wide receiver, last week at a bad hole because he had Stickum on his hand. This time he does it. It is good. It is Cleveland 13, Pittsburgh 3. We are 7 seconds into the second quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff.
To soar like an eagle, free, every man's dream. So you go for it. You go for all the gusto you can get, making the most of now. From the life you live to the beer you drink. And the one beer brewed with gusto since 1849 is Schlitz, the official beer of the Winter Olympics. Go for it.
Chrysler's $300 offer has Americans looking at the new Chryslers and Plymouths and buying.
The $300 got me to look at it, but the Cordova sold itself.
The $300 really clinched the deal on my Volare.
Get a car, get a check, direct from Chrysler. But hurry, this offer's limited to 100,000 Chrysler Corporation buyers.
Waking up to Chrysler Plymouth
at participating dealers.
Brian Gumble in New York reporting that in Foxborough, the Buffalo Bills have missed out on a chance to move ahead of the Patriots. This first quarter action, Grogan flushed out of the pocket, tries for Harold Jackson. Instead, the pass picked off by Jeff Nixon. He returns it across midfield down to New England's 38-yard line. But 2 plays later, Ferguson, looking to his left, finds Terry Miller trying a screen here, but it's no doing. Michael Haynes rushing up, forcing the action, sticks Miller. And then Ferguson trying to recoup, drops back in the pocket, but instead he is sacked by number 64, Richard Bishop. 50th sack of the year for New England, still no score. Back to Pittsburgh.
I thank you, Brian, for that update. Just an added feature of NBC's coverage. Now Cockcroft to kick off. Anthony Anderson is set for the return for the Steelers. Cleveland out in front by 10 points with 14:53 left to go in the first half. Fielded at the 2-yard line by Anthony Anderson. 15, 20. 25 down at the 27-yard line. So Pittsburgh will move on offense for only the second time in the ballgame as Willis Adams made the tackle. Coming up later today on NBC, most of you to see the Oakland Raiders Denver Broncos games. Also, Kansas City at San Diego, Miami at Baltimore. Steelers ball at their own 27-yard line. Lynn, go ahead.
Denver's San Diego still in a deadlock in that Western Division of the AFC.
Bradshaw to throw on first down. Lynn Swann pulls it in. One-hand grab. One to the 45-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, Ozzie Newsome doesn't have anything on number 88, Lynn Swann, because he just stuck that paw out there and came up with a catch. Play action pass. Bradshaw coming back. You can see number 81 is Gregory coming in, putting a pressure on him. You can see right here, one-handed. And that's because he's really concentrating on that football. He is watching it into his hands all the time. You're taking a look right now. Number 77 is Lyle Alzado. Coming in, putting pressure on number 12, Terry Bradshaw.
For Lynn Swann, his 27th catch of the year. He did not play 7 weeks ago with these two teams met. Frank O'Hara. Cleveland 48-yard line.
That is the thing the Cleveland Browns are fearful about. The last time these two teams met, Pittsburgh Steelers rushed for more yardage than any team in the National Football League this year, and they want to keep that ball away from the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's why the time of possession is so important for the Cleveland Browns. They've had a lot of injury problems with that defensive unit. They'd like to keep them off the field as much as possible.
In fact, in that ball game, Frank O'Hara has rushed for 153 yards. It is second down and 2. On the draw, Rocky Blyer, first down. 40-yard line of Cleveland. A gain of 8. Dick Ambrose and Clay Matthews with the stop.
Right now, the Cleveland Browns are employing a 3-man front. They're doing this primarily because they've had a lot of injury problems. Number 78 is Mickey Sims. He's going over a man considered the best center in the business, Mike Webster, number 52, and Webster that time did an excellent job of moving him out. Provided really a big hole for Rocky Blyer to run through.
First down, Steelers, Cleveland 40-yard line. 4 on the pattern. Dropped off to Blyer. He pulls it in. He is wrapped up by Clay Matthews at the 33-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on the play. It will be second down and 3. We never finished setting the defense for the Cleveland Browns. Their linebackers are Charlie Hall, Dick Ambrose, and Clay Matthews as we look again.
You take a look at number 77 is Lyle Alzado. Good protection for Bradshaw, and he just dumps the ball off to his back, coming out of the backfield. And he's a strong runner. He does not want to come down, but Matthews finally brings him down with a little help from his friends.
Second down, 3. Rocky Blyer behind the blocking of Sam Davis, the lead guard. Maybe short of the first down. Charlie Hall and Mike St. Clair make the tackle. They'll mark it just outside the 30-yard line. It'll be third down and about half a yard. The secondary for Cleveland has Ron Bolton and Oliver Davis on the corners, Clarence Scott and Tom Darden at the safety. He pretty well stayed that way. They've gone away from that nickel defense with only 2 plays. Last week against Miami, did they have that 5th man in the secondary?
The last time they were a short yardage situation, Bradshaw threw a pass. This time I looked for him to give the ball to Franco Harris.
Blyer in motion. Franco with Blyer leading it. Franco around the corner. Dives, first down.
That time they sealed off the inside. There was no penetration by the Cleveland Browns, and enabling Franco Harris to get outside, and a good block by number 20, Rocky Blyer, picking up the first down.
The play moving to the Cleveland 25-yard line.
Tampa Bay 9, Minnesota nothing. 20-yard field goal by Neil O'Donoghue.
First down Steelers. They started this drive at their own 27-yard line. 10:52 time remaining first half. Steelers trail. Play action. Bradshaw throws. Stallworth juggled it. They will say no. He did not have possession.
I don't think he had
it down in 10, 25-yard line.
Well, there's a good call, Charlie. He did not have possession of that football when he got hit by number 21, Oliver Davis. It's a good throw by Bradshaw. Little play action pass, and he just flicks the ball out here on a sideline pattern. No, he did not have control of the football. He is concentrating on that ball, though. You can take a look at his head, and he's looking at that ball all the way.
Hit by Oliver Davis, number 21 from Tennessee State. It is second 10. Cleveland 25-yard line. Browns lead it 13-3. Franco Harris looks for a little running room, and that's about all that he has. He is closed down by Lyle Alzado. Line of scrimmage, the 22. Third down and 7 upcoming as Jim Smith comes in. Vinny Cunningham, the tight end, comes out. The Steelers will go with 3 wide receivers.
3 wide receivers and looking to throw the football and looking to throw it downfield. This way they can put what they feel the 2 best receivers on the same side, Stallworth and Swan.
And the Browns counteract with a 3-4 defense. 4 linebackers in. It is overthrown.
Credit the Cleveland Browns secondary and the linebackers for good coverage on that one. Really, no one was open, and Bradshaw just elected to throw the football away. Number 86 is Smith. He's flanked out wide to the right. They're double teaming him. They've got a linebacker, number 59, Charlie Hall, on him. Also number 28, Ron Bolton. That is coverage right there. There is no hole there, Charlie.
39-yard field goal attempt upcoming by Matt Bahr out of the hole of Craig Colquitt. It is no good. The kick is no good. It is off to the left. So Matt Bahr has hit earlier from the 45 yards away. Now misses from 39 yards away. Cleveland leads by 10.
What comes out of a loudspeaker is only as impressive as what goes into it. Pioneer's HPM speakers have a unique super tweeter that breathes to produce incredible highs. Its driver delivers remarkably crisp mid-range. Its bass you not only hear, but feel. So instead of sounding great on part of the music, HPM speakers sound great on all of it. Pioneer, we bring it back alive.
Winners go with winners. Winners rent from Hertz, because number 1 offers services most others don't, like Hertz Express Car Return. You just drop the keys to your Mustang, LTD, or other fine car and go. Your statement is mailed the same day. No wonder the presidents of over 80% of America's top 500 companies carry Hertz cards.
Hi, OJ.
Hello, Dick. Hertz, where the winners rent.
Wednesday, place your bets at the Turtle Races.
And as you can see, he's raring to go.
Swing with a self-proclaimed Tarzan and splash around in a portable hot tub on Real People.
Over the years, this man, Terry Bradshaw, has thrown 24 touchdown passes against the Cleveland Browns, the team that he has thrown more against than any other team in the National Football League.
Well, they had a field day against the Browns the last time they played them, but today is a different story.
Cleveland from their own 22-yard line with a first down. Sipe to throw on first down. 5 on the pattern. Into coverage, incomplete. Reggie Rucker, the intended receiver. It will be 2nd down and 10 at the Browns' 22-yard line.
Looked like Sipe was just throwing to the open spot. And here, taking a look at the game that's being played by the Pittsburgh Steelers front four. Banaszak, number 78, is coming to the inside where ordinarily he rushes to the outside. Applying pressure on Sipe, but actually it was really, I think, a good job of blocking by the Cleveland Brown offensive line.
The right side of that defensive line is now Gary Dunn and John Banaszak. You will also see Steve Furness and Dwight White in at those same spots. Looking back at the scoreboard in a moment. 2nd and 10. Calvin Hill. A gain of a couple of yards to the 24-yard line. Be 3rd down and 8 as Jack Ham and Gary Dunn make the tackle. This is Rocky Blyer, who earlier this year had his longest career run of 70 yards against the Cleveland Browns.
Rocky is not accustomed running that far. But he is a tough, durable back. 11 years in the National Football League. You got to be some kind of tough to last that long.
3rd down and 8. Dwayne Woodruff comes in. 5 men in the secondary.
Talking about tough individuals, there's Craig Pruitt right there on crutches. He still has his leg in a cast after having an operation on his ligament. He said he's going to get the cast off in, I think, in about another week.
Sipe with pressure. Rucker in his hands and through his hands at the 40-yard line. He had Ron Johnson beat on the play. He simply did not catch the football. It will be 4th down and 8.
Sipe getting the ball off after a little bit of pressure, and you can see right here Rucker had a shot at it going right through his hands. Number 29 is Ron Johnson, trailing him by a step, but the ball was there. That pass ordinarily is caught by Reggie Rucker.
So Johnny Evans will be kicking, and Theo Bell could give the Steelers excellent field position with the return. A 10-man rush by the Steelers. They do not bring them all. They set up a left return. The kick is to the opposite side of the field. Bell takes it at the 32-yard line. He will pick up 6 yards on the return. A punt of 44 yards. 8:55. That is the time remaining in the first half. Cleveland in front by 10.
Valari Special is a 6-passenger car with automatic transmission, power steering, radial tires. It sells for less than $5,000.
Even with all that equipment, this Valari Special is sticker price $800 less than its closest 6-passenger competition. $800. Anybody asks you what happened to the reasonably priced, good gas mileage family car, tell them it's called Plymouth Valari.
I'm not asking you to buy any car on faith. I'm asking you to compare.
Buy a Valari now at participating dealers. Get a $300 check direct from Chrysler.
Because the wine remembers, we use only rare European oak to gentle and mature our Chardonnay wine. Here at the winery of Ernest and Giulio Gallo, we're cradling our Chardonnay in these handmade casks until the day the winemaker judges it ready for release. Every step we take with care, because the wine remembers.
On Sports World, live from Galway State Prison, inmate James Scott, a two-fisted banger, puts his undefeated record on the line against Yaki Lopez, the WBA's top light heavyweight contender, in a bout behind bars next Saturday on Sports World.
Sam Rutigliano, the head coach of Cleveland, his record as a head coach is 16-12, 8-4 this year. Pittsburgh trailing 13-3, have the ball on their own 38-yard line. Rocky Blyer to the 49-yard line. First down.
That
33-year-old Rocky Blyer.
The offensive line of Pittsburgh doing really a good job of opening holes for the running backs. You can see right here, good blocking up front. Number 66 is Peterson, Ted Peterson, coming up with a good block. 10-yard gain. Right now, Steelers have 45 yards rushing so far in the ball game.
Bradshaw. Gregory chases him. Out of bounds. He will go out at the 48-yard line of Cleveland. He picks up 3 on the play. It will be 2nd down and 7. Don't forget that Scott Lopez live light heavyweight boxing bout Sports World next Saturday from Broadway State Prison. Second down 7.
Take a look at statistics as you take a look at Jack Lambert, one of the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive men that's doing such a good job against Cleveland running the football. Cleveland just has 17 yards rushing so far, but they've got 121 yards in the air.
Second down 7. The Browns now go with a 3-4 set. 4 linebackers are in as Robert L. Jackson becomes the 4th linebacker. Rocky Bleier. Bleier inside. First down.
Well, I'll tell you something. Mike Webster really did a job on number 78, Mickey Sims. Number 52 is the center of the Pittsburgh Steelers, considered the best in the National Football League. And watch what he does to 78, Mickey Sims. That is a block. Outstanding job.
Mike St. Clair comes back in. The Browns will go with a 4-3 defense.
Here we got New Orleans leading Atlanta 21-0, still in the second period.
And here it is, Cleveland 13, Pittsburgh 3. Steelers on the move. Rocky Bleier is the man who has led the charge, continuing effort to the 32-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the play. It'll be second, a little over 2 to go as Tom Darden makes the tackle.
There's a reason why running backs are able to gain yardage, and that reason is the men up front. Taking a look at that offensive line. 52, you can see, is Webster. 66 is Peterson. You can see them fighting and scratching, trying to open a hole for Rocky Bleier, and he continues to move those legs and picked up some valuable yardage.
Mark it second down, closer to 3 to go for the first down. Frank O'Hara jumps to the outside, first down, 25-yard line, and then to the 21. Lyle Alzado finally stopped him along with Ron Bolton.
You're going to see a reason why number 32, Frank O'Hara, is so dangerous. There's nothing there. He hits up, but he has that ability and the great acceleration to jump outside or inside. In this case, it's outside, picking up the first down.
And this has been the backbone of the Pittsburgh offense for so many years. Rocky Bleier and Frank O'Hara.
Now they say as this man goes, so goes the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm talking about Frank O'Hara.
Line of scrimmage at Cleveland 21.
Look for him to continue to run.
Rocky Bleier inside, hit by Jack Gregory. They'll mark it to the 17-yard line, a gain of 4, second down 6.
This is what Pittsburgh wants to do, establish that line of scrimmage, get that running game in gear. For the Cleveland Browns, this is the thing that they were so fearful about, Pittsburgh's ability to run with the football, because when you're doing that, you're keeping the offense off the field. And what Cleveland wants out there is their offensive unit.
John Stallworth wide to the near side. Lynn Swan wide to the far side. Second down 6, running back split. Passing formation. Play action. In zone. Tight end. Cunningham.
He dropped
Did not have possession.
He dropped the ball. He had it in his hands.
Clarence Scott, the strong safety for the Browns, was there.
Play action pass. Taking it to his back, coming up in. He lofts it over, and the man is open. He gets his hands on the football. It should be all over, but he's stripped of the ball right there. 22, Clarence Scott, the strong safety.
Good call by the official.
Yes,
he never had possession.
Right there. The ball is stripped by 22. Clarence Scott, really a good play by Scott because he was beaten.
Third down 6. Cunningham comes out. 3 wide receivers are in. The Browns in a 3-4 defense. Bradshaw all the time in the world. Even more time. And he underthrows. Terrible pass. Frank O'Hara. But again, you had 4 receivers downfield and about 6 or 7 men covering. There was nobody there.
He was looking. He was biding time by running around back in the backfield, looking for somebody that would be open, but no one really was open. He did underthrow Frank O'Hara. But that's the type of pass when you throw all the way across the field that if it doesn't have a lot of zip on it, if it's intercepted, it's 6 points for the opposition.
Matt Bahr, 34-yard field goal attempt. He is hit from 45, missed from 39. This one is good. We have 5:06 left to go in the first half. It is Cleveland 13, Pittsburgh 6. We'll be back with a kickoff.
This is Data Race, the world's only computerized road racing system. Program laps. Start the countdown. Speed counts. With the faster you go, the more fuel you burn. Fuel's low and into the pits. Is 60 gallons enough? Seconds count. Only 6 laps to go. Clip a second off your best time and you win. He miscalculated. He's out of fuel. You win. Data Race. Wow. From Aurora AFX, the closest thing to real racing.
RCA wants you to see the right color. Does your television automatically capture all the subtle shades of difference between this surfer in deep blue, this blue surfboard, and the blue Hawaiian surf? If not, wait till you see color, even color this close on Color Track 1980. Color Track 1980, with 8 automatic color systems designed to lock even subtle shades of color on track. RCA is making television better and better.
As we look to the standings in the Central Division, we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
TV3 WKYC Cleveland, your television home for the Browns.
Terry Bradshaw, Matt Bahr to kick off. Dino Hall set for the return. Dino circles under it, takes it at the 9-yard line. 20, 25, 30, almost breaks it. He returns to the 37-yard line. Let's see where the officials mark him down. Larry Anderson made the tackle. They will mark it at the 37-yard line. It will be a first down. Prime time tonight on NBC, the big event, Smokey and the Bandit. That is a great movie. Don't forget Disney's Wonderful World, of course, to start it all off, and then Tom Snyder to wrap it up with Prime Time Sunday.
We got prime time right now, Charlie, with a little less than 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Sipe pitches to Calvin Hill. Give him a couple of yards on the play. Second down 8. Steve Furness was there. He and Dwight White have now replaced Gary Dunn and John Banaszak in that defensive line.
Number 58 middle linebacker Jack Lambert. The object is to keep the guards off of him. This time they didn't. Number 68 is Robert Jackson getting in his face, preventing him from making the tackle.
Love the story on Lambert last Saturday night. A week ago in San Diego. As you know, he has that mean feeling on the field, but the night before he rented roller skates, size 14, skated around the swimming pool, through the lobby, and in the dining room.
He's all right now, isn't he?
Both backs into block. Plenty of protection, dumps it off to Ozzie Newsome, the tight end, who was the outlet man. Wanted to go deep. A flag is down on the play. Jack Ham was there for the Steeler defense.
Going to be against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Face masking was not intentional. I'm sure it'll be just a 5-yard penalty. But that's an automatic first down.
Ozzie Newsome with 4 receptions, 60 yards, and he has the touchdown reception in the ball game.
And one of those catches.
59 defense, grabbing the face mask. That's a 5-yard penalty and a first down.
Call on Jack Ham, first down, 50-yard line. Newsome last week, 2 touchdown receptions. The first time in his pro career, this is only his second year, that he has had 2 touchdown receptions in a ball game. Cleo Miller and Calvin Hill in the backfield for the explosive Brown offense. Play action. Sipe stands in, waits, and then rolls. Waits again, sets, throws.
He's got a man open.
Calvin Hill.
Oh,
Hill is hit at the 22. Decked as he falls to the 19-yard line by Donnie Shell. But credit that offensive line of the Browns. Sipe had all day to throw.
Oh, he certainly did, and he was moving around back there, biding his time, looking for an open receiver. And what a collision between this man, Calvin Hill, and number 31 strong safety, Donnie Shell. And you're going to see a collision coming up right here. Bang.
Oh, look out, Calvin.
both of them got up rather quickly, and I'm really surprised that both of them did get up that quickly. But Calvin, as you can see coming off the field, apparently is all right. Got a couple of scores for you. John Smith, the New England 47-yard field goal. New England leads Buffalo 3-0 in the second period.
19-yard line first down. Pat Moriarty, Mike Pruitt are in the backfield. It is Mike Pruitt. A gain of 3 yards to the 16. Second down 7 as Steve Furness, Dwight White were there for the Steeler defense.
Grudgingly, the Pittsburgh Steelers give up yardage. They are not giving up much on first down, running with the football. Cleveland has not been able to establish that running game, something that they want to do.
2 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. Time remaining in the first half as Calvin Hill comes back in. Pat Moriarty comes out of the offensive set.
Take a look at the statistics of Brian Sipe, 160 yards passing already in the first half. Last week, over 350 yards passing against the #1 defensive unit in the AFC, the Miami Dolphins.
And 24 touchdown passes on the year, the most in the National Football League. He goes for 25 to Rucker. It's incomplete. Ron Johnson was there for the defense. It'll be 3rd down and 7 back at the 16-yard line.
He was hoping that time, throwing the ball in the end zone, that perhaps with his man, number 33, Reggie Rucker, looking at the ball, and perhaps a defensive man, Ron Johnson, not, that his man might have come up with it. But it was a good defensive play, as you can see right here, that 29 Johnson strips him of the football.
3rd down and 7 with 2:21 left in the half.
You figure in a case like that your offensive receiver, if he has the ability to jump like Reggie Rucker has, he has a better chance than the defensive man coming up with the ball.
Pat Moriarty is in the backfield. Robin Cole checks in for the defense. 3rd down 7. Both backs in the block. Logan, battle for it. It is there. Dave Logan pulling the ball away from Ron Johnson.
It's exactly what I was talking about, throwing the ball up. He was not really open, but he is watching the football all of the way, whereas that defensive man generally has his back to the quarterback. And number 85 is Dave Logan. He is a great baseball player and a great basketball player, as you can see right now. They had the blitz on. Linebackers are coming. Winston, Lambert, the ball is up in the air, and you're going to see right now that the offensive receiver, number 85, Logan, comes up with the football. Is he happy? That's Ozzie Newsome. He's generally the man that's coming up with spectacular catches, but we're finding out that several of the Browns receivers can do it.
For Dave Logan, that is his 6th touchdown of the year. Extra point by Cockcroft is good. It is Cleveland 20 and Pittsburgh 6, as Brian Sipe has now thrown for 25 touchdowns on the year.
Credit that offensive line of doing really a great job. That time, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were going after Sipe with the blitz, but that offensive line and the backs back there did a great job of blocking.
Tonight, it's another all-star lineup on NBC. First, Donald is a duck for hire on Disney's Wonderful World. And Burt Reynolds and Sally Field. They have Jackie Gleason on their tail in the TV premiere of Smokey and the Bandit, followed by a profile of political activist Jane Fonda and her husband Tom Hayden on primetime Sunday. That is tonight on NBC.
Taking a look at that last drive, Charlie, 2 minutes and 44 seconds is what it took. 7 plays, 63 yards. And against the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive unit, you're not going to march that ball 60 and 70 yards too frequently. A couple of scores. Cincinnati leading St. Louis 14-0 in the second period. Isaac Curtis, a 43-yard touchdown reception from Kenny Anderson. And New Orleans, field goal by Yepremian, 23 yards out. They now lead Atlanta 24-0. That's still in the second period.
And of course, stay with us at halftime for NFL 79. All of the details, all of the updates, all of the highlights from Brian Gumbel and Mike Adamle. Don Cockcroft now to kick off. Anthony Anderson, number 33, is the deep back. Larry Anderson was the deep back at the early part of the ball game. He fumbled. Second time in 2 ball games. He's been replaced by Anthony Anderson. Fielded at the 13-yard line. Spun down around the 23 or the 24-yard line. Don't forget, coming up later today on NBC, most of you to see the Oakland Raiders battle between the Raiders and the Denver Broncos in Mile High Stadium, in a game the Raiders must win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Also at 4 o'clock games Eastern time, Kansas City at San Diego and Miami at Baltimore. But right now, Pittsburgh has to get something going in the waning moments of the first half. 2:06 left to go.
Cleveland Browns are doing something against the Pittsburgh Steelers that very few teams are able to do. That's maintain that football, maintain possession of the football.
Bradshaw sends 5 out on the pattern. Over the middle, pass is complete. Close to the first down as he goes to Lynn Swan. No, it's not Swan. It's the tight end, Vinnie Cunningham. Tempers already beginning to flare in this rivalry between the Browns and the Steelers. This is their 60th meeting.
Another score for you. Cincinnati 21, St. Louis nothing. Pete Johnson a 2-yard run for the Bengals.
2-minute warning to both benches. We'll take a timeout. Cleveland leads it 20-6.
Everything looks so good, I can't decide.
Well, before you do, take a look at the homeowner's insurance bill we just got.
Oh, that's steep, huh?
Before you pay, compare it with Allstate.
Allstate?
Sure, it's easy. You'll find Allstate agents at over 700 neighborhood offices, as well as at Sears. So come in and compare.
We've got a better deal.
Hey.
Now can we have lunch?
Well, now we can have anything we want, except that.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us. The good hands people.
Hi, chap. You sure did it tonight.
Yeah, and all we gonna celebrate. Beer? He's the champ, you chump. We want something special. Bull. Bull? The Schlitz Malt Liquor Bull. It's a special premium brew that's in a class by itself.
This Schlitz Malt Liquor's a bold brew. Let's go a few rounds with the bull.
If you want to change out taste, get a big bull taste. Don't say beer, say bull. The Schlitz Malt Liquor Bull.
Brian Gumble in New York reporting that in Foxborough, the defenses seem to be dominating here. Ferguson overthrows Lou Picone. Ball picked off by Doug Bedoin and returned to Buffalo's 26-yard line. From there, the Patriots work their way down deep, but it is Steve Grogan who commits the turnover. Looking into the end zone for Stanley Morgan. The ball off Morgan's shoulder pads, picked off in the end zone by Mario Clark. He takes it out, brings Buffalo downfield. Bills in business. Let's go back to Pittsburgh and Charlie Jones.
All right, thank you, Brian, for the update. And in just a minute, 59 seconds of playing time, we'll be going back to you at halftime, and you can take a complete look at what is going around the National Football League today. First down, Pittsburgh, their own 34-yard line. Franco Harris, big hole. Hit at the 38. Brought down at the 40-yard line. Clay Matthews makes the tackle.
I've been talking about number 52, Mike Webster, the offensive center of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you're going to see why people talk about him, because he just does an outstanding job of blocking. That time he wiped out the middle linebacker, Dick Ambrose.
2nd and 4, going very quickly. Hurry up offense. Bradshaw throws far side, has his man there. It is Lynn Swan. Pass is complete. It is a first down. Cleveland territory at the Browns' 43-yard line, and the Steelers will stop the clock.
That time, like Sipe, his counterpart, he had plenty of time to look around the field and throw the football.
Timeout on the field, so we'll take a timeout across the nation. Browns out in front, Steelers on the move.
Hi, I'm Dick Butkus. As middle linebacker for the Chicago Bears, it was my job to seek out and destroy running backs. I love playing pro football, but my biggest thrill came with my election into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. After several visits here, I am prouder than ever to be a member. Here is a modern, up-to-the-minute sports showplace with something to interest every fan of every age and every team. The pro football story from its very first game right up to the present season is told in many colorful and interesting ways. You can spend an hour or several hours and enjoy every minute. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio is open every day of the year except Christmas. I hope you'll visit here soon. And when you come, be sure to see some of my pals. Gail Sayers, George Hallis, Ray Nitschke. By the way, I hope you'll stop and see my bus, too.
Preceding announcement was furnished by the National Football League, and there is Mr. Rooney, one of the nicest men in the world. And, of course, what did he do? Came in to say hello to us before we could get over to say hello to him before the ball game.
Really a great man, really a fine gentleman.
Cleveland, 43-yard line, first down Steelers. 5 on the pattern. They have only 1 timeout remaining. Bradshaw deep over the middle. Pass is complete to Cunningham. Cunningham to the 23-yard line. A gain of 20. A flag is down. There was some extracurricular pushing and shoving away from the football.
lot of fingers are being pointed out there, but the thing about that play, that was a great catch by Cunningham. Talking about one-handed catches, we've had 3 or 4 of them this afternoon. Stuck that big paw up in the air and just plucked it out of the sky. Here it is coming right there. Really an outstanding catch. I think if you can hear the fans here at Three Rivers Stadium, they're not happy with the call.
It was offsetting personal fouls.
That's a personal foul on both teams after the whistle.
Dead ball foul after the whistle. Play was complete at the 23-yard line. It's a first down. Of course, the fans here, another sellout crowd at Three Rivers, they wanted some extra yardage.
Well, I'll tell you what it did for Pittsburgh. It stopped the clock at 1:14 remaining in the first half.
3-4 defense. Rocky Blyer, blockers in front. Rocky to the 15-yard line. Dick Ambrose, the leading tackler for the Browns, is the man who stopped him just short of the 15-yard line. It will be second down and still a couple. And again, the hurry-up offense. 52 seconds and counting. 5 on the pattern. Right side, Franco goes out of bounds, stops the clock. 8-yard line. First down, goal to go.
Utilizing that clock very, very well. 44 seconds remaining in this first half. Ball is out of bounds. They're inside the 10-yard line right now, so they can take 3 shots if they want to. They got plenty of time. They can run a play. They can do practically anything they want right now.
This situation, you like to throw all 3 times, right? Throw back edge of the end zone, throw in the corner so that this man does not have to come in and kick it. You want the touchdown.
You want 6 points. They need it right now.
What do you call here?
I would look for Cunningham.
That's the tight end, number 89, Vinnie Cunningham, on the right side of the line. Franco pulls his way to the 2-yard line. Second down, goal to go. Bradshaw's hurrying everybody up. 32 seconds.
Still has plenty of time. He's got Franco.
Franco has it. Touchdown, Steelers. A 77-yard drive in 8 plays against the clock after Franco Harris. His 7th touchdown of the year for Bradshaw. His 22nd touchdown pass.
Franco Harris coming out of the backfield. No one was really covering him. Good protection by the offensive line. He just hits it. Gets it about the 2-yard line, and then it's on into the end zone for a big touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Matt Bahr to attempt the point after. Colquitt holding it is good. It is Cleveland 20, Pittsburgh 13, with 18 seconds left to go in the first half.
Well, I'll tell you, that was really a big lift for this Pittsburgh Steeler football team. You see Bradshaw just dumping it off to 32. Franco Harris coming out of the backfield. You can see there's no one around him. Number 28, Bolton, comes up, but it's much too late. 76-yard drive, 8 plays. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're right back in the football game.
So an offensive explosion in the first half with more fireworks on the side of the Cleveland Browns. They lead at 20-13. And don't forget, NBC kicks off an outstanding lineup of postseason bowl games on Christmas Day, the Fiesta Bowl in Tempe, Arizona. The University of Pittsburgh will meet a team to be announced. New Year's Day, the Rose Bowl, Ohio State against USC, followed by the Orange Bowl, Florida State, and Oklahoma. Postseason action here on NBC. Boy, we've got first half action. Bahr kicks off. Dino Hall is the deep back at the 10. Dino to the 20. And he'll be wrapped up at the 28-yard line. With 13 seconds on the clock, Rick Moser made the tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers on the specialty team, and I believe the Browns now, with only 13 seconds on the clock, be content to go in with a lead of 20-13 at halftime.
Well, he would like some more points, but I don't think that they're going to gamble too much right now. They do have the lead. If they were behind, it would be a different situation. They got Reggie Rucker in the backfield. They're playing this just to, Bryant will probably fall on the football. Rucker is back there in the backfield in case there's a fumble, so he is there to make the tackle.
And that will be the call. The Browns content to lead by 7. There's the countdown as Sam Retigliano and the Cleveland Browns head for the locker room, as does Chuck Noll and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is the end of the first half with the score, Cleveland 20, Pittsburgh 13.
Take care of your car at Kmart. Our automotive service centers care.
Shop for Christmas at your Kmart Automotive Center. Save up to $39 on an auto sound system. For just $96, you get an AM/FM stereo radio with 8-track or cassette, plus a pair of great-sounding 5-inch or 6x9 coaxial speakers, all for $96 at Kmart Automotive Centers across the U.S., where quality car products are Kmart priced.
$300. America's waking up to Chrysler Plymouth.
Chrysler's $300 offer has Americans looking at the new Chryslers and Plymouths and buying.
The $300 got me to look at it, but the Cordova sold itself.
The $300 really clinched the deal on my Volare.
Get a car, get a check, direct from Chrysler. But hurry, this offer's limited to 100,000 Chrysler Corporation buyers.
Waking up to Chrysler Plymouth.
At participating dealers.
It is halftime here at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. Cleveland leading the first half. Let's go to New York.
Sunday number 13 of the NFL season, and there's a lot going on. New England and Buffalo are tied at the half, and Cleveland surprising Pittsburgh at Three Rivers. Meanwhile, down in Atlanta, New Orleans doing a number on the Falcons, and the Bengals are topping the Cardinals. Brian Gumbel, Mike Adamle will get you all caught up in the events of week number 13, but after these messages from your local station.
It's Burt Reynolds and the TV premiere of Smokey and the Bandit.
This is Sheriff Cupid Deep Justice.
Bert's got a Smokey on his table, a lady on his lap, and a legal crew in the wings. He's doing it for the money, for the glory, and for the fun.
Mostly for the money.
With Sally Field and Jackie Gleason on the big event Sunday.
Go places in your 1980 Oldsmobile. See Healy Dowd in Cleveland Heights. In Brooklyn, see Earl Olds. Jim Hearn's the man in Bedford. Reliable will show you the Olds in Independence. Or see Gene Norris in Middleburg Heights. In Lakewood, the man is Tom Ganley. Check with Fred Stecker in Euclid. Or with Salad Olds in Shaker Heights. The Cleveland area Great Olds men will show you the gas-saving way to go places in your new Oldsmobile.
Here come United Airlines Sunbirds, coming with our best offer yet to Florida.
Coming to take you to 7 Florida cities with our best discounts going. Buy just 7 days in advance and save 40%.
Here come the Sunbirds.
Stay as little as a weekend or up to 60 days.
Here come United's magnificent Sunbirds.
Coming to take you to the sun.
Fly the friendly skies.
Travel agent.
If a man's slacks fit him too close for comfort, if he just can't stand to sit, then he needs action slacks from Levi's Sportswear, perhaps the most comfortable slacks a man can wear. The waistband and fabric stretch to give you more room when you need it.
Great.
Comfortable?
Comfortable. I could sit through a double feature now.
Oh.
Action slacks from Levi's Sportswear, where quality never goes out of style.
How to start your own business, Monday morning at 9.
We welcome you back to NFL 79. Brian Gumbel and Mike Adamle. This is week number 13 of the NFL season. We'll get you all caught up on just what is going on. The Pittsburgh Steelers have lost 3 games this year. After the previous 2, they came back the next Sunday scoring an average of 47 points. So a lot of people expected them to blow the Cleveland Browns away today. But instead, take a look at what is going on in Pittsburgh. Browns out in front 20-13, and Brian Sipe is doing one whale of a job. And Mike, I guess that's not too surprising considering the endorsement that Sipe got this week from the NFL scouts.
Well, many pros
Pro Scouts believe at this point in time, if they were to have one quarterback playing for them in pressure situations, they would want Brian Sipe, and why not? Already this year, he has thrown 25 touchdown passes, including 2 in this afternoon's game. He has been sensational, unofficially 11 for 175 yards. This was the first touchdown of the game. Sipe to Ozzie Newsome. He beats Mel Blount, 7-0 Cleveland. Very next kickoff, Larry Anderson fumbles the ball. It is picked up by Clinton Burrell, but he can't hang on. Finally, Ron Bolton falls on a 3. They couldn't score a touchdown. Cockcroft settled for a field goal, 10-0 Cleveland. Bradshaw came right back, found John Stallworth for 31 yards right here. Stallworth on the season, over 1,000 yards worth of receptions. That is tops in the NFL. Set off a Pittsburgh field goal to make it 10-3. Cleveland came back, though. Sipe, lots of time. Watch this catch right here by Newsome. Great one-handed grab to set up a field goal of 32 yards by Cockcroft. Pittsburgh, it looks like a touchdown here. Benny Cunningham cannot hang on. They had to settle for a field goal by Matt Bahr, 13-6 at this point. Sipe, watch this catch by Dave Logan with Ron Johnson draped all over him. He hangs on, 20-6, and then they make it 20-13, a 2-yarder. Bradshaw to Franco Harris, 20-13. That's the way that game stands. And you remember back on October 7th, the game in Cleveland. That's right. 51-35. Sipe threw 5 touchdown passes. Pittsburgh defense still having to master that great air game by the Browns.
Still a lot of football that they played, so, and you know, despite how great Pittsburgh is, it should be noted the day they turned the ball over and led to a field goal, their 44th turnover of the year.
Hard to believe.
That's tops in the league, especially for a good club. Down in Atlanta, the Falcons have already committed 6 turnovers, and they are dearly paying the price. The New Orleans Saints out in front of them, 24-6. That ball game late in the second quarter there. Manning enjoying a good day. Muncie and Galbraith have each scored one time already. The Saints trying to stay tied with the Rams atop the NFC West. Washington against the Giants. This is the second meeting of the year. The Redskins tied atop the NFC East. The Giants among the also-rans in that division. Giants out in front 7-3. That ball game at the half. Doug Coder on a 1-yard touchdown run. Mark Mosley's 23-yard field goal as all Pardee troops have up on the board. Buffalo against New England. Do you think of the Buffalo Bills as a playoff team? Well, don't forget, they're still in the running right now because they are a 500 ball club. They're 6-6, and they're playing the leader of the division today in the New England Patriots, and should they beat the Patriots, they would project themselves into the playoff picture. It stands to the half at 3-3, a very hard-hitting ball game, and Mike, you and I have talked about it before, the coaching difference sometimes in the AFC. Chuck Knox has done a great job with the Buffalo club.
They have a very young defensive team. They've had some good draft choices come through for them, particularly their middle linebacker Hazlitt, who replaced Cousineau when Cousineau went up to Montreal. They've been keeping Grogan and the fast New England receivers in check this afternoon. If New England loses, they will drop to 8-5. A beautiful look at the countryside. Beautiful was not the way to describe either team's offenses. Watch what happened here in the first quarter. Grogan gets pressured, gets off the hook, rolls to his right, and then fires, but he is intercepted by number 38, Jeff Nixon. Buffalo could not capitalize on the turnover, and New England got the ball back. Buffalo had it later in the first quarter. Joe Ferguson gets sacked by number 64, Richard Bishop. And New England leads the NFL with 52 sacks. Horace Ivory gets loose here for a pretty good game to set up New England's only score, a field goal. But then in the second quarter, Ferguson was intended for Lou Picone, hits Doug Bedoin instead. Another turnover for Buffalo. Bedoin makes a nice return on the interception. And finally, Buffalo tied the score 3 apiece with this Nick Mickemeyer field goal. And that's the way it stands, 3-3. Buffalo trying to go to 7-6. And like you said, Bryant, maybe get a chance to get into the playoffs.
It's amazing. Week 13, we're talking about Buffalo maybe being in the playoffs. 3 other games still going on. Cincinnati Bengals, in search of only their 3rd victory this year. They're out in front of the St. Louis Cardinals by a score of 21-7. That ball game is in the second quarter. Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now on the short end of a 14-9 score to the Minnesota Vikings. This game down in Florida. And at the half, it's 14-9 Vikes. With a win today, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in just their 4th year of existence, would clinch the title in the NFC Central. Tommy Kramer has thrown 2 touchdown passes, one of 26 yards to Terry LaCourte, one of 33 yards to Ahmad Rashad. Vikings out in front. And just a couple of moments ago, the Philadelphia Eagles, playing in Wisconsin, went out in front of Green Bay by a score of 7-0 in the first period. Ron Jaworski Jaworski 11 yards to Wilbert Montgomery. Don't forget, still some good ball games coming up later today. Kansas City out on the coast against San Diego. Miami going against Baltimore in a very big game going on in Denver. The Oakland Raiders in need of a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. They'll take on the Denver Broncos. And then after football tonight, prime time on NBC, it's Duck for Sale. That followed by Burt Reynolds and Smokey and the Bandit. And that followed by Tom Snyder with Primetime Sunday. That's later tonight on NBC. Now back to the ballparks for a second half.
This 1979 National Football League game is brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth, who invites you to see our 1980 models and compare Chrysler's engineering to any other car. By Michelob Light, good taste runs in the family. By Pennzoil, the ask for motor oil. When your car is worth caring for, Pennzoil is worth asking for. And by Pioneer High Fidelity Components. Pioneer, we bring it back alive.
You can feel us coming now, a fresh look on the scene, with a whole new style of living, light and crisp and clean. That's why now we say the age of 7-Up is here, because we love that crisp, refreshing taste, so light and crystal clear. Move it up, look it up, America is turning 7-Up, reaching up, feel it up. America is turning 7-Up.
Not for 1 year, or even for 2, but for 3 years in a row. One 19-inch color TV has challenged America's biggest sellers, RCA and Zenith. And every year, independent surveys show the Sylvania Superset, the clear winner for best overall color picture. Isn't it time you found out why Sylvania keeps winning and winning and winning? The Sylvania Superset. We may not be the biggest, but a lot of people think we've got the best picture.
When you have questions like these about your money, get professional answers.
Did you put your paycheck in the bank?
Oh, I forgot it again. Isn't there some way it can be deposited directly into my account?
My lawn mowing business is going great. Starting to save some money, too. Hey, can a kid my age have his own bank account?
Keep your checking and savings at a full-service bank and get professional answers to your financial questions. America's full-service banks. We've got the answers.
On Sports World, inmate James Scott, a two-fisted banger, puts his undefeated record on the line against Yaki Lopez, live from Galway State Prison. Then, time permitting, Mark Roth's team rolls off against Earl Anthony's trio in the big money finals of the Legends of Bowling. Plus, top pros go for it in the World Pro Skiing Championship Series downhill. And the engines roar as ice and drivers fly at the Invitational Snowmobile Derby. All next Saturday on Sports World.
It is halftime here in Pittsburgh. Cleveland leading after the first half, 20-13. This is Charlie Jones along with Lynn Dawson. And Lynn, there's as much interest in this ball game in Houston, Texas, as there is in Cleveland and Pittsburgh, because the Oilers lead the Central Division by a half game due to their win on Thanksgiving afternoon over the Dallas Cowboys. And did you read Bum Phillips's quote? Yes. And I thought it was one of the beautiful quotes of the year. After they beat the Cowboys, he said, before this game, I said it was just another game. But I lied.
That's for sure. And they're very interested in what's going on this afternoon right here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't know who they're pulling for. Perhaps they're pulling for the Cleveland Browns. But regardless, Houston still has to play both of these teams in the last couple of ball games of the year. And right now, for the Cleveland Browns, they're doing really a fine job throwing the football. Their problem right now is getting something established on the ground. They haven't been able to do it so far. You take a look at the rushing for the Cleveland Browns, 20 yards in the first half. They got 194 total yards to 215 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Pittsburgh is kind of even things out, 93 yards rushing, 122 yards in the air, and that's the type of game plan that they like. For the Cleveland Browns, what they want to do, Charlie, is get something going on the ground.
Now, with these three teams, Houston, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland, all involved with playoff possibilities, they're facing almost a round-robin situation where they end up playing each other. These are the games remaining for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati here, then at Houston, and they play Buffalo. For Cleveland, Houston at home, then they finish up on the road at Oakland, at Cincinnati. And And there's Houston, yes, at Cleveland next week. Lynn and I will be there for that one. Then they have Pittsburgh at home, and then they finish up against the very tough Eagles.
Yes, sir. It looks like, looking at those games off the records of the teams being played, that the Houston Oilers might have the tougher go. That's why I'm sure that they're very interested in what's going on this afternoon.
When you get to this point in the season, I think every game, if you're a contending team, becomes a tough go.
Well, the object is to get to the playoffs. Then when you get to the playoffs, you hope that everything falls into place and you get hot.
And there is a statistic that was created by our producer, George Finkel. And all that it actually does is confuse everybody because there are about 80 jillion possibilities. And, Lynn, I'm sure you can sort it out.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I really can't. I know, talking to the Pittsburgh Steelers, they felt that the loss to Cincinnati really was a big one, or could be a big game, because it's in their division. Now, they make the determination. If everybody's tied, they go head-to-head. What happens there? Then they go to the division and how you did in your division.
But let's put the whole thing in its perspective. In the AFC, there are right now 7 teams above 500. Houston with a 10-3 record, Pittsburgh 9-3, San Diego 9-3, Denver 9-3, Cleveland 8-4, New England 8-4, and Miami 7-5. Those are the 7 teams above 500. Only 5 of those teams will make the playoffs. The 3 division champions, 2 wild card teams, and the wild card teams may come from the same division.
That's right. And the thing with the players will tell you, well, if you win, you don't have to worry about all those things. You just be in the playoffs. And if the team's going to win, one of these 2 men, Sipe for Cleveland, Bradshaw for Pittsburgh, is going to get hot in the second half.
And I believe it was Tom Landry of the Dallas Cowboys last year who said, you don't need to worry about all these possibilities. If we win, they'll call us and tell us who we play.
That's right. They'll tell you when to show up and where.
We have got an outstanding second half in store for us. Cleveland led at the end of the first quarter 10-3, and at halftime 20-13. Brian Sipe, with the matinee idol looks, has become the magician of the Browns. He has really been able to move that ball close.
He's a Why don't you run that by me one more
that?
time? Yes.
Good-looking young man.
Yes, he is. Well, he's a nice young man.
Yes, he is. And here is Terry Bradshaw. Boy, he can be devastating. He can control a ball game.
You can see that the strong arm that he has. He has probably as strong an arm as anybody in the National Football League. He and Pastorini, I would say, along with Grogan. But he just flicks that ball with his wrist. And with it, it travels rather rapidly.
The Cleveland Browns will be kicking off to start the second half. Anthony Anderson will be the deep back on the return. So the Steelers will have first offensive opportunity, as did the Browns at the start of the ball game. And Cleveland had possession in the first quarter, 12.5 minutes to 2.5 minutes for the Steelers.
Taking a look at the NFC, Philadelphia in the first quarter leading the Green Bay Packers by the score of 7-3. For Philadelphia, they're in first place in that Eastern Division of the NFC and very much in the bowl picture. Tom Burney, a field goal, 33 yards for the Packers, got them on the board. Jaworski hit Wilbert Montgomery with a touchdown pass of 11 yards. That accounted for Philadelphia scoring.
The clouds clearing away. The sun breaking through this afternoon. The temperature in the upper 50s as Anderson fields it at the 5-yard line. Cuts back to the 20. 25. And down at that point. He will get 20 yards on the return. We will set the offense for the Steelers. It is Terry Bradshaw, quarterback. Rocky Blyer and Franco Harris, the running backs. Lynn Swan, John Stallworth, the wide receivers. Vinnie Cunningham, the tight end. That offensive line from left to right. Ted Peterson, Sam Davis, Mike Webster, Steve Corson, and Larry Brown. Defense, Browns, Mike St. Clair, Mickey Sims, Lyle Alzado, and Jack Gregory up front. Charlie Hall, Dick Ambrose, and Clay Matthews, the linebackers. Ron Bolton, Oliver Davis on the corners. Scott and Darden at the safety. Bradshaw scrambles out to his right. Outside the 35, has the first down. They'll mark it down at the 38-yard line, a gain of 13. Now for Terry Bradshaw, who is 31 years of age. I mention that because in his youth, he scrambled more. This is only the 15th time that he has run with the ball this year.
He used to put that ball under his arm and run with authority and try to run over people. He's gotten, I think, a little wiser since he took a few knocks from those linebackers and defensive backs, but he's really a good runner. He's got good speed, and he's big. He's about 220, 25 pounds.
First down, Steelers, their own 38-yard line. Opening drive, second half. Franco Harris, sweep near side, around the corner, out of bounds, 41-yard line. A gain of 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 7 for the Steelers.
Now there's a young man that used to do a lot of damage to secondaries in the National Football League.
He did it for the Browns and for the Dolphins, and then the Browns again. Nice man.
Paul Warfield, Warren, Ohio, Warren Harding High School. I used to play against his team when I was a young man in high school.
You're from Alliance, Ohio, right?
Thank you, Charlie.
You know what I remember about Alliance, Ohio? They always have a great high school band, one of the best in the nation.
Yes, they do.
Second down, 7. Running back split. Passing formation. 5 on the pattern. Pump fake right. Sets, throws back left. Pass is complete to Stallworth. Flag is down as Bradshaw was decked. Alzado and St. Clair were there. They'll call roughing the passer, I believe. Ben Dry says, up, you threw an elbow at it. See if John Gonzalez, our director, George Fickle, our producer, captured this bit of action. No, they did not capture this bit of action. Well, that's the breaks of television.
Terry Bradshaw captured it, though, and that's why they're marking off 15 yards against the Cleveland Browns. That last time, Bradshaw was not intending to go to John Stallworth.
Roughing the passer, number 74. That's a first down.
First down at the Cleveland 41-yard line.
Browns do not need those type of penalties right now. They've got to figure out some way to stop this Pittsburgh Steelers offensive unit.
Bradshaw takes a lot of time. Could well have checked off. Franco Harris sweep. Hurdles one man, picks up 3, maybe 4 yards. Oliver Davis is the man who made the tackle.
Guards pulling. Number 77 is Steve Corson. Coming out, number 52 is middle linebacker Dick Ambrose coming along. He's going to get his legs chopped out from under him right there. But he does force Franco to jump over him, and he forces Franco to step on his leg, and that helped bring him down.
For Franco Harris, that is the 8th carry in the ball game. He is only 7 away from moving into the number 3 slot. No, it is 9, so he's only 6 away, becoming the number 3 all-time rushing attempt category slot, behind O.J. and Jim Brown. Rocky Bleier leads inside the 35-yard line. We'll give him 3. It'll be third down and 3. Clarence Scott with the tackle, the strong safety.
Trying to set up a screen to the left side out here to Rocky Bleier. Actually, Cleveland did a real good job of diagnosing that play. Didn't get much out of it. But that may not gain a lot right there, but that may have an effect later on because that defensive line of Cleveland, they know that they're going to throw screen passes, so perhaps they'll just ease on back a little bit in their rushing. Maybe they'll take a look at the screen pass before they tee off on Bradshaw.
We're 2.5 minutes into the second half. Third down, 3. Steelers on the move. Opening drive, second half. 4 on the pattern. Franco stays in a block. Rocky Bleier has it at the 30, first down. Clay Matthews from USC making the tackle to mark at the 29-yard line. First down.
I guess you can tell how tough Rocky Bleier is because he really took a shot that time from the linebacker, Clay Matthews, number 57. Bradshaw just looking to pick up the first down, going to his back, coming out of the backfield, a good pass and a good hit right there. You know you're going to get hit when you come across the middle in front of those linebackers.
Stallworth wide to the near side. Bradshaw, an excellent day. Swan wide to the far side. 5 on the pattern. Over the middle, tight end, Cunningham, first down. And a flag dropped back at the 44-yard line. It will be holding against the Steelers. You can bring it back.
That's hurting Pittsburgh. Here it is, Bradshaw going back in the pocket. Protection of the line. Here's what a hook pattern is right there. Number 89 is Cunningham. He's going down about 12 yards and hooking or stopping and turning around, and the quarterback lets him have the football.
Offensive holding, number 79.
Call on Larry Brown, the offensive right tackle. The line of scrimmage now the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20.
Well, we got Minnesota jumping back in the ball game against Tampa Bay. As a matter of fact, they're ahead 17-9. That ball game now in the 3rd period.
St. Clair comes out. Dave Graff comes in for the defense. It'll be a 3-4 look for the quarterback, Terry Bradshaw. He gives to Franco Harris. 4 yards to the 35. 2nd down, 16. One of the comments against Bradshaw in the game they lost last week against the Chargers is that once they got behind, everyone felt, and that is the writer, that's who everyone is on that quote, that he tried to get too much too soon. Take 5 yards, take 10. He was going deep constantly.
Well, they're a solid football team, both offensively and defensively. And if they don't turn the ball over to the opposition, that defensive unit of Pittsburgh is going to do a job generally on the opposition.
2nd and 16. Into the end zone. Overthrowing everybody.
Look at that.
Oh, look out. That's Lynn Swan. Stepping over the trunk of a car, being helped up by Ron Bolton, and Lynn is all right. Oh, my.
I know you talk about able to leap tall buildings, but he leaped over an automobile right here. And he takes a pretty good spill right now coming down off that automobile. Wow.
Swan is all right. Cunningham is coming out. Jim Smith comes in. 3 wide receivers.
What are the automobiles?
Our producer, George Finkel, says that's a ridiculous place to park a car. And he wants me to stop mentioning his name, okay? Still, that's his comment, not mine. 3rd down, 16. Bradshaw sits 5 on the pattern. Has time. Goes deep. He'll overthrow to Jim Smith. This is what he was doing last week. It was 2nd and 16, then 3rd and 16, and he's still throwing into the end zone. Why is that, Lynn?
Well, he was going for everything right there, but that man was well covered. There were 3 defensive backs of the Cleveland Browns surrounding number 86, Jim Smith. Looking around, he had plenty of time to survey the secondary, and apparently there was nobody open.
We are 4 minutes and about 19 seconds into the 2nd half. Craig Colquitt, his first punt of the ball game.
Maybe.
Good point.
Maybe. They're on the 35-yard line.
But it's 3rd down 16 also. But he also has dropped 16 punts inside the 20-yard line. And he hangs it high for the corner. Has his coverage. It can be down. Where will they rule it? No, they say in the end zone. Touchback. The Steelers all around the football, and it kicked away from them. So they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Cleveland will be on offense.
Well, I'll tell you, it took a good bounce for the Cleveland Browns because they had it all surrounded the other side, but he carried the ball in the end zone. That means they're going to bring it out to the 20-yard line.
We'll take a timeout. Cleveland leads 20-13.
Okay, guys, no kidding. What'd you think of my catch? Hey, first things first. 3 Michelob Lights? Michelob Light? Sure, me too. I'll have a Michelob Light.
The rich, full-bodied taste of Michelob Light. Compare it to any beer you like.
This Michelob Light's sensational. Now tell me, should I have my fish mounted?
No, put it on a bun. Michelob Light. Compare the taste to any beer you like.
Yeah.
If life would just stand still and wait for you to focus, you'd never miss a picture. But life doesn't stand still.
You need the SX70 sonar, the world's smartest camera.
It'll focus itself for you, set the exposure, and hand you the picture. No other camera can do it all. Now you can get all the shots you might have missed.
Polaroid's SX70 sonar, because life doesn't wait for you to focus.
This is Charlie Jones with Lynn Dawson, and now Cleveland will have an opportunity in offense for the first time in the half.
I think they escaped lightning there. The Pittsburgh did not get any points. That penalty really hurt the Pittsburgh Steelers and took them out of field goal range, but they're moving the football. Now it's going to be up to the offensive unit of the Cleveland Browns to keep their defensive unit off the field.
Brian Sipes, the quarterback, Calvin Hill, and Mike Pruitt are the two running backs. Rucker in motion, little play action. Looks left, goes deep, pass is complete. It is Dave Logan with the reception. Jack Ham and Donnie Shell make the tackle. A gain of 20 yards to the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Good blocking by the offensive line. It afforded an opportunity to find the hole. Look at Jack Ham. He's looking at that quarterback all the way. Fortunately for the Browns, they were throwing the ball a long ways away from him, and he couldn't get involved in the play. But this man reads a quarterback as well as anybody.
For Cleveland, Reggie Rucker, Dave Logan are the wide receivers. Ozzie Newsome is the tight end. Doug Deacon, Cody Risen, Tom DeLeon, Robert E. Jackson, and Henry Shepard, that offensive line. First down, Cleveland, their own 40-yard line. Mike Pruitt, a couple of yards. Robin Cole makes the tackle. There has been a defensive change for the Steelers. That front four is the same. That's L.C. Greenwood, Joe Green, Gary Dunn, and John Banaszak, although we'll see Steve Furness and Dwight White in there. The change is at right linebacker, where Dirt Winston has been replaced by Robin Cole. Jack Lambert is in the middle and Jack Ham on the left side. On the corners, Ron Johnson and Mel Blunt, Donnie Shell and J.T. Thomas at the safety. Play action on 2nd and 7. Sipe.
He's got Logan wide open.
The flag is down, and he has the first down. But with the marker, it could well be offensive holding.
Well, I tell you, number 85, Dave Logan, was wandering downfield all by himself.
It is tripping against the Browns. Now, I mentioned a moment ago that Terry Bradshaw, when he scrambled with the ball, ran with it for only the 15th time on the year. Brian Sipe runs a lot more often than that, about 32, 33 times.
For Tampa Bay, Johnny Davis, a 16-yard run. They're back in the ball game, but they're still behind Minnesota 17-16 third period.
In fact, Sipe has run 34 times prior to this game.
He ran.
Tripping number 73.
Tripping call on Doug Deacon. In fact, his running of 9 and 11 yards in overtime, the key to that drive, as well as the touchdown pass to Reggie Rucker in that defeat of Miami last week.
A couple of first downs last week in overtime by Sipe, and he got what he could get, and then he'd get out of bounds or do that hook slide that he does so well.
It is 2nd and 17. Mike Pruitt, 38-yard line. Gets 5 of it back. It'll be 3rd down and 12, and Jack Ham decked it.
Yeah, look who's there again, number 59, Jack Ham, reading that play all along. If the backs go away from him and he reads running play, then he is in pursuit. The only way to counteract that is to run a reverse. That might have a tendency to keep him home.
3rd down and 12. Johnny Evans, the kicker of the Cleveland Browns.
They got everybody up near the line of scrimmage. The last time they did that, they faked it.
The Steelers with 5 men in the secondary. They start to drift back. 5 on the pattern. Sipe over the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Pass is complete. Dave Logan, first down. On a 3rd down and 12 conversion, Donnie Shell and Jack Ham with the tackle. 43-yard line of the Steelers.
That time they were faking the blitz, and then they went back into pass coverage. You can see right now the 2 deep men on the right of your screen. They're playing deep outside. Now what Logan is trying to do is just find a hole, and he found it right there. And Sipe put that ball right where it's supposed to be, right on the number.
A gain of 19 yards on the play. First down, Steelers 43.
Credit that offensive line for giving Sipe the opportunity to wait back there until this man was open.
And Dave Logan having another outstanding afternoon. Sipe to Reggie Rucker. Rucker to the 25, 24-yard line. Back-to-back first downs for the Cleveland Browns. Donnie Shell with the tackle, and this Brown offense can move against anyone.
Charlie, I think you mentioned in the top of the show or the pregame show that the receivers for the Cleveland Browns as a group are as good as any in the National Football League, maybe the very best. And one of them, number 33, is Reggie Rucker. Now he's going down trying to find a seam or a hole in that zone defense, and then turning around in that hole and stop to the quarterback to get him the ball. That time Sipe did it.
As a group, more than 2,000 yards and 21 touchdowns on the year. That is Dave Logan, Reggie Rucker, and Ozzie Newsome. Sipe to throw again. This is the strength of the offense. Head zone, Rucker! Almost intercepted. Heads-up defensive play by J.T. Thomas.
J.T. had that written all over interception. He was figuring to go 100 yards or close to it. Sipe did not read this man at all. He didn't see him. Otherwise, he'd have never thrown that ball in there. But this ball should have been intercepted. Right in the stomach. Or in the chest.
Or on the ground.
Right now, it's on the ground. You can see how J.T. Thomas feels about that.
The Steelers with 24 interceptions on the year. Second in the National Football League, but J.T. does not have an interception as yet. Dino Hall and Mike Pruitt are the running backs. Second down 10. Dino carry, sweep right side. Everybody was waiting on that one. Cost him 3 yards. Joe Green and Jack Ham led the Steeler defense.
Getting that pursuit by that defensive line coming across there. Ozzie Newsome is the tight end, and he actually got a good block on that play. Took his man out, but there were a lot of other Steelers down there.
Third down 13, and Sipe will go back to the air.
I don't
6 minutes, 12 seconds time remaining. Third quarter, Lynn.
I don't see why he wouldn't, because when he's thrown the ball, he's done a remarkable job on third down situations. Looking at 3rd and 13.
3rd and 12 a moment ago, he went to Dave Logan. Logan is split wide to the far side. Newsome, the tight end, is split away, and look out. That is Henry Shepard, the right tackle, jumping back. That will be a quick 5 yards against Henry Shepard. Once that offensive line from tackle to tackle, go to that three-point stance, you cannot move. It's an automatic call.
They haven't made that many mistakes this afternoon. They've been doing really a good job of protecting this man. They haven't been able to establish that running game yet.
On the offense.
It'll be 3rd down 18, and this is the battle in the Central Division. Houston with that victory over Dallas, leading by a half game over Pittsburgh, a game and a half over Cleveland. And Cincinnati getting stronger and stronger, lurking as the spoiler in the Central Division. They could decide who makes the playoff. First down, 10-yard line. Dave Logan once again.
Well, I'll tell you, they got to make a believer out of you, because they keep doing it time after time. Good protection once again by that offensive line of the Cleveland Browns, and Ryan Sipe is right on the money. You can see the games that they're playing in there. The tackles are stunning, but a good throw. He's stepping and throwing and hits him right on the numbers. He knows how far he has to go. Now he's going to grab that football with both arms, picking up a big first down.
Logan drafted in the NFL by Cleveland, drafted in baseball by Cincinnati. Kansas City
Kings for basketball. I think he made the right selection in the sport.
At the 10-yard line, actually first down goal to go. Sipe's in trouble. He'll throw it away, and he does, avoiding the loss. It'll be 2nd down goal to go. Bring it back to the 10-yard line.
Well, he was looking. They haven't had any success running with the football, particularly down close to the goal line. Number 82 is Ozzie Newsome, and he's getting a lot of attention out there. 31 is Donnie Shelley. Say it's like basketball, right? You're allowed one hand on him. He wanted to know where he was at all times.
That's a no harm, no foul, right?
Well, Sipe did a good job of getting rid of the football and avoiding that big loss.
2nd down goal to go, 10-yard line. 5 minutes and 1 second left to go, 3rd quarter. Cleveland leading by 7, 20-13. Browns have led throughout the ball game. 10-0, 10-3. 13-3, 13-6, 20-6, 20-13. Sipe pump fake, rolls, throws, has his man. It's Mike Pruitt. Pruitt at about the 3-yard line, where it will be 3rd down as Ron Johnson made the tackle on Mike Pruitt.
Good coverage by the Steelers secondary. They had the 3 wide receivers, and the 2 wide receivers, the tight end, guarded very well. They dumped the ball off to 43 as Mike Pruitt, picking up a few yards and getting a little closer to the goal line. Now they need some points. They know that they have to come away with at least 3 points down here when they enjoy a 7-point lead right now.
Mike Pruitt in the first half was held to 14 yards rushing He needs only 76 for his first 1,000-yard game. He's way short of that. He's replaced now by Cleo Miller. Third down, goal to go. Sipe, Calvin Hill. Hill has it. Touchdown to Calvin Hill.
That was an excellent throw. It wasn't that far, but he was fairly well covered. He had about a half a step on the defensive man. Ryan Sipe put the ball exactly where he had to throw the ball. It was outside and away. Little play action pass, and there's about a half a step that Calvin has on the defensive man. The ball is right where he wanted, outside. If he doesn't catch it, no one catches it.
80 yards on the drive in 11 plays.
Well, they're doing what they want to do, and that is keep their defensive unit on the bench. You look in a situation when you need about 3 or 4 or 5 yards. 35 is the man that they'll go to a lot of the times. Calvin Hill.
Cockcroft with the extra point, and it is good. It is Cleveland 27, Pittsburgh 13. And for Brian Sipe, his third touchdown pass of the year, his 26th on the season.
The horizon it's a car of today. It's a car of tomorrow. It's really a leader.
The Horizon is one of the best engineered small cars in the market.
It sounds like those Chrysler engineers are bragging, but the fact is, Horizon has more passenger room than Pinto or Chevette, more cargo space, good gas mileage, proven front-wheel drive. That's not bragging. That's just how it is.
I'm not asking you to buy any car on faith. I'm asking you to compare.
If a man's lapel begins to rebel and the pockets in his pants become losers, then he needs clothes from Levi's Sportswear. Levi's slacks, blazers, and suits hold their great looks because they're sewn to the tough standards that made the Levi's name famous for durability. Men's clothes from Levi's Sportswear, where quality never goes out of style.
Brian Gumble in New York reporting that in Foxborough, the Bills and Patriots are full of mistakes. Here are the Patriots operating from their own 39. Steve Grogan looking for Sam Cunningham. He's hit, ball intercepted by Jim Haslett. He's tackled by Stanley Morgan, but the Bills can do little with it. Find themselves in a 3rd and 22 situation. Joe Ferguson finds Curtis Brown over the middle, but he can't handle it. And so in Foxborough, threes are wild. It's 3-3 in the 3rd. Let's go back to Pittsburgh and Charlie Jones.
Thank you, Brian, for that update. Boy, that came a lot closer, Lynn, than anyone suspected.
I'll tell you, Sipe is really convincing a lot of people that he is an outstanding quarterback. Look at those statistics. 263 yards passing against an outstanding defensive team. Last week against the #1 defensive unit,
358
Miami
yards.
Dolphins. So he's made a believer out of a lot of folks, including me.
Anderson on the return from the 11 to the 25 to the 30-yard line. Flag is down on the play.
They're going to get clipping on Pittsburgh.
Curtis Weathers was there on the specialty team for the Cleveland Browns. Ricky Jones came up to me on the specialty teams for Cleveland for the Voices. If I make a great play, be sure and say hello to my mother in Birmingham.
Are you going to?
No, I can't do that.
Hello, mother in Birmingham.
Don't forget, coming up later, this is a doubleheader day on NBC. Most of the country to see the Oakland and Denver game, a big one between Kansas City and San Diego, and also Miami at Baltimore, as you've got right now Denver, San Diego, Miami all involved in that playoff situation.
All must situations from here on in with the teams fighting for a spot in the playoffs.
Pittsburgh now from their own 11-yard line following that penalty. They have a first down. They trail 27-13. Bradshaw will pass it out of bounds. I thought he was going to drop it off to Rocky Blyer. He was looking instead to Stallworth, who was covered.
They had a double team actually on number 82. Stallworth had a man short and a man deep, and Stallworth was trying to find the open spot. And I think what would have happened, Bradshaw would have had to throw it over a defensive man. Maybe he elected not to do that.
So it is 2nd and 10. Steelers ball on their own 11-yard line. 3:56 time remaining, 3rd quarter. Cleveland leading 27-13.
Well, I'll tell you, that last score, it has to be a big lift for the Browns defensive unit.
Bradshaw again, this time right side. Franco Harris. Harris to the 20, first down. Hit at the 20, falls forward to the 22-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, that's good hustle by the defensive line of the Cleveland Browns. Taking a look at number 77 is Alzado. Gregory is number 81. They know something's up right now when they let him in that easily. But they did not stop. They kept coming. You're going to see that number 81 is Gregory is going to get back right there, get back into play. Good hustle.
The Steelers have won 11 straight here at Three Rivers Stadium. They trail now 27-13, but there's plenty of time remaining. Franco Harris, big hole. Franco outside the 30, past the first down marker. 32-yard line.
I'll tell you, that's good blocking by that offensive line of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They do it week after week. You can see right now, guard coming out, number 77 is Corson coming out, big hole for 32, Franco Harris. When you give him that much room, you're in trouble.
The Steelers at home since 1972 have won 55 games, have lost only 8.
Now you can understand why they like to play here.
Bradshaw lofts it out of bounds. Stallworth, the intended receiver. Identical play to a moment ago and identical coverage. Double coverage on Stallworth.
Well, they had number 57, Clay Matthews. The linebacker was getting a good drop, taking the good angle toward the sidelines, and Bradshaw would have had to just dump it over his head, and he didn't want to take that chance. He threw that ball away.
We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
TV3 WKYC Cleveland, your television home for the Browns.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. 2:29, time remaining third quarter. Cleveland leading Pittsburgh 27-13. Steelers with the ball, 2nd and 10, their own 32. Franco Harris slips a tackle, 41-yard line. A gain of 9. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Situation like that the time before, Matthews got involved in the play. That meant he got a good drop. He was hustling out of there. This time he let the linebackers take off and then just dumped it to Franco Harris over the line of scrimmage and let those linebackers make an open field tackle on him.
Franco has been a key man receiving in this drive, and prior to this ballgame, only 20 receptions of the season. They don't throw to him that much.
They don't throw to him that frequently. They go to their wide receivers and their tight end probably as much as anybody.
And now Randy Grossman is in. Jerry Mullins is in a short yardage situation. Play action.
Got him deep.
Grossman is there. 30-yard line. 20-yard line. It was 3rd down and 1. Grossman is the wingback in that short yardage formation. And that is only his 11th reception of the year.
In a situation like that, you're going to have time to pass because the defensive men are burying themselves in there. You see the offensive line giving him protection. It's man-to-man coverage all over the field. Grossman really put a good move on 28 Bolton. And a good throw by Terry Bradshaw and a big play for the Steelers.
47 yards on the play to the Cleveland 12-yard line.
There you are, right there. He had him turn to the outside and cut across the field. He had the entire field to run in because that defensive back had no help from any other defensive back.
Rocky Blyer. Blyer to the 10. Blyer to the 6-yard line. A gain of 6. Clay Matthews finally sealed him at the 6-yard line.
I think the thing about this game is going to be the clock, because both teams are marching up and down this football field.
2nd down, 4 to go for the first down, 2nd and 6 for the touchdown. Moving on the 1-minute mark, time remaining, 3rd quarter. Franco Harris, 4-yard line. He has 2. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Charlie Hall was there for the defense. Mickey Sims was there. Jack Gregory was there, but most important for the Steelers, Franco Harris was there.
Franco Harris was there. Dick Ambrose also penetrated that line of scrimmage. He didn't make the tackle, but he really disrupted things in that backfield. Pittsburgh has to consider right now, Charlie, they've got 2 downs to pick up this first down. They're 14 points down. I'm sure that's what this man is thinking right now. Head coach of the Steelers, Chuck Noll. He needs 6.
Bradshaw throws. Leaning back into the field of play was Stallworth. Let's see where they will mark it. It'll be a first down. His feet were in the end zone, but the ball never ever got to the end zone.
Well, I'll tell you, that's about as close as you can come, I think, without getting into the end zone. But the important thing is, it's a first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they have 4 shots to get it into the end zone. He throws it right between Alzado and Gregory. Good catch there. And you can see the concentration on Stallworth. He's looking at that ball all the way into his hands.
So they mark it just inside the 1-yard line. It will be first down and goal to go when we start the 4th quarter. So 3 are in the books. 15 minutes to play. We'll be back in a moment.
I got my start playing golf driving a tractor.
Arnold Palmer, back home in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
My father was pro here, but before he taught me to play golf, he taught me to treat the equipment right. So we used Pennzoil, and I think that old tractor of ours lasted 30 years or more. Look, if Pennzoil and I hadn't taken good care of the equipment, I might have never gotten on the golf course.
Pennzoil, America's ask-for motor oil.
Being a fashion editor, you learn to work with complete chaos. Everyone needs immediate answers. Every detail is important. It's taught me to think fast and trust my own judgment. It didn't take me long to decide I liked Colony. When I tried it, it tasted delightful. I could have checked with our food editor, but I was impressed with the way Colony tastes. And who needs another opinion when you've got your own?
Impress yourself with the taste of Colony.
Here's the estimate.
A lot of money for a small home.
Rebuilding costs are going
Through the
roof.
Glad it wasn't the whole house.
What if it were? Could your insurance rebuild it today?
I've never thought of it.
Allstate has. We have homeowners insurance that can increase your coverage as rebuilding costs go up automatically.
You're smart to keep up with rising rebuilding costs.
Yeah, glad I thought of it.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us, the good hands people.
The race for the 1980 Olympics has already begun. The games in Moscow are just the last lap of a long, grueling race that's going on right now. We've got the talent, but we need your support because America doesn't send athletes to the Olympics. Americans do. Don't let our team get caught short. Send a contribution to U.S. Olympic Committee, Box 1980T, Cathedral Station, Boston. For contributions of $25 or more, you'll receive this Olympic tote bag. This message sponsored by the U.S. Olympic Committee and NBC. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. Lynn?
I'll tell you, I thought maybe they'd run the football instead of throwing it because they had 2 shots to get it into the end zone. Now they have 4 shots to get it into the end zone. I believe I'd give it to either one of those backs. They can both get it in there.
Rocky Blyer, Franco Harris. It is Franco. Touchdown. That makes it 27-19. Extra points still to come. 89 yards in the drive in 10 plays.
It only took 2 seconds on the clock. We still have 14:58 to go in this final period. Taking a look at that offensive line. Look at the surge by that offensive line. When you can do that, push that defensive unit back, the momentum of the back is going to carry into the end zone. Up front, you're taking a look at that Webster, Corson, Davis, the middle of the line.
And Bahr splits the upright. 27-20. Cleveland now leads by 7 points as Franco Harris scores the touchdown. We'll be back with the kickoff.
Here's an exciting Radio Shack gift idea. Space Patrol walkie-talkies. Christmas favorite for over 15 years.
Okay, TJ, I'll meet you.
Real two-way radios for outdoor fun and adventure. 2 different models, each with Morse code key. This one has a built-in AM radio. Let your kids join over 3 million delighted Space Patrol owners with a gift price walkie-talkie. That's just $9.95 and $14.95 each. Only at Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
Mark?
Man. It's been ages.
Can I buy it?
Allow me. 2 Michelob Lights.
Michelob makes a light beer? Perfect. The rich, full-bodied taste of Michelob Light. Compare it to any beer you like.
You always did go first class.
Your ticket to San Francisco. Thank you.
San Francisco?
You too?
Michelob Light. Compare the taste to any beer you like.
Yeah.
Franco Harris scoring his 2nd touchdown. The first one was receiving. That one was rushing. Matt Bahr to kick off. Harris now has 8 touchdowns on the year. Dino Hall is deep. 8-yard line. Dino to the 15, 20. Clothesline at the 21-yard line by Tom Gray.
The offensive unit of that Cleveland Browns is going to have to go back to work. I'm sure after they scored that touchdown, they thought going to the bench, well, maybe we can breathe a little easier now. Not so. Pittsburgh is here to play, too.
Coming up later today on NBC, most of you to see the Oakland Raiders against the Denver Broncos. Some to see that important game for the Chargers as they host the Chiefs. Big game for Miami there at Baltimore. Playoff teams involved in the second half of the doubleheader.
Talk about big games. We have one right here.
Steve Furness and Dwight White replacing Don and Banaszak on defense. They spotted at the 22-yard line. Sellout crowd cheering for the defense. Hill and Pruitt, the running back. Sipe, play action. Ryan is sacked. Second sack of the ball game for the Steelers, and Greenwood got it.
When you go back there often enough, the steel curtain is going to get to you once in a while. That offensive line of the Browns has been doing an outstanding job all afternoon. Pittsburgh Steeler defensive unit is a very, very good one.
A loss of 5 on the sack. It will be second down and 15. The 35th sack on the year for the Steelers. 4th in the NFL in that category.
The running game of the Cleveland Browns, it's hurting them right now because they're not been able to run. They have to throw the football to move it. Pittsburgh knows it.
And this crowd becoming the 12th man on the field for the Steeler defense. Too much time. That'll cost Cleveland 5 more yards. It will be second down and 20 at the 12-yard line.
Two things you can do as a quarterback. You can go back to the huddle. You can tell the officials, I can't hear, or my wide receivers can't hear the count, which is not going to quiet the crowd by any means, but this game is too important to make mistakes of getting jumping off sides or taking too much time.
And Chuck Noll, who was an assistant with the Chargers, said last Sunday that was the loudest crowd that he had ever heard at San Diego Stadium.
Well, they finally have something to cheer about in San Diego.
They really do. Second and 20. Sipe sends 5 on the pattern. Right side, pass is complete. Mike Pruitt, 24-yard line. He picks up 12 yards. It'll be third down and 8. Donnie Shell, the strong safety, with the tackle.
I said the offensive line doing a good. 75, the leader of this football team for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Joe Green. He occupies 2 people all of the time. You can see that even though he's been around a couple of years, he's still fighting and scratching to get back to that piece of pie that they like so much called the quarterback.
Third down and 8.
This is to Pittsburgh's advantage because it'd be very, very difficult to check off, and that time Reggie Rucker jumped off sides.
Pass to Calvin Hill is complete. It is short of the first down. Rucker was moving, as Lynn Dawson pointed out.
Can't let this crowd dictate what you do out there.
But it was third down and 8. They did not pick up the first down. I would imagine the Steelers will refuse it, forcing the Browns to punt.
They sure will, because Cleveland too many times this afternoon they come up with third down situations of more than 10 yards and they pick it up.
And that means that Theo Bell can give the Steelers excellent field position. Trailing by 7. Johnny Evans with a 41-yard average will be kicking.
For the Pittsburgh Steelers, excellent opportunity to get good field position. Is he intense?
Jack Lambert.
Yeah.
Notice the decal on the right side. Steelers do not have a decal on the left side of their helmets. Only team in the NFL without a decal on each side.
Did they run short of money or what?
No, they said they had a lazy equipment manager, but I don't know if that's true. Fourth down and 4. Punting situation. Evans to Bell. He sails a good one. Theo backpedals. 30-yard line. Good coverage by the Browns. Flag is down. It will be a clip called against number 50 of the Steelers. And that is Tom Gray. A costly clipping penalty.
One thing they did not want to do here is get a penalty.
So rather than having the ball at their own 34-yard line, the clip was at the 30-yard line. They may mark it off from the end of the play. They will spot it back at the 19. Here's the referee, Ben Dry.
Personal foul, clipping number 50 on the receiving team. Timeout.
Steelers with a first down. Braves with the clip and a timeout. Cleveland leads by 7 with 13 minutes and 7 seconds left to go.
It's lightweight. It's portable. It's virtually indestructible. You can hammer on it, saw on it, sand on it, paint on it, drive a screw on it, cut a pipe on it, clean a door on it, fix a picture on it, or a wheelbarrow, or a chair, or a bicycle. You can even have your lunch on it. The incredible Black & Decker workmate. When America has a job to do, it reaches for Black & Decker.
$300.
America's waking up to Chrysler Plymouth.
Chrysler's $300 offer has Americans looking at the new Chryslers and Plymouths and buying.
The $300 got me to look at it, but the Cordova sold itself.
The $300 really clinched the deal on my Volare.
Get a car, get a check, direct from Chrysler. But hurry, this offer's limited to 100,000 Chrysler Corporation buyers.
Waking up to Chrysler Plymouth.
At participating dealers.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson with 13 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in this most meaningful game in the National Football League today. Steelers with the ball at their own 19, trailing by 7. Franco Harris, sweep far side. Corson, the lead blocker. Oliver Davis for the defense. 28-yard line, gain of 9, second down and 1.
Number 77 is Steve Corson. Now, this is what a pulling guard does, and this is what's called an excellent job of getting a good block on 57 is Clay Matthews, enabling Franco Harris to jump outside and pick up good yardage.
Today's attendance, 48,773. Second down and 1. Steelers, their own 28-yard line. Clock moves, 12:42 left in the game. Franco again, first down, cuts to the outside, fumble, second turnover for the Steelers as the Browns come up with a fumble recovery.
Number 22 is Clarence Scott, strong safety, coming up with a big turnover for the Cleveland Browns. They were not stopping the Steeler offensive unit. They're opening up holes in that line. Franco Harris is picking up good yardage. You see an excellent block right there. But what you cannot do, and what Pittsburgh has done when they've lost football games, is that. Give up the football by turnovers.
Their second turnover of the game, their 44th of the year. Cleveland has the football.
Don't worry, they just got lucky. I'm sorry, I let us down.
Forget it. We'll beat him next week.
No, I really let us down.
Come on, how about a Michelob Light, huh?
Michelob makes a light beer? Sure.
The rich, full-bodied taste of Michelob Light. Compare it to any beer you like.
This Michelob Light is great. Hey, you know what our real problem was today?
Yeah, you were terrible.
Michelob Light. Compare the taste to any beer you like.
Yeah. It's the Delco Freedom Battery Sale. What do you want from a car battery, America?
Freedom to start from the pole. Thanks, Delco.
And you? Freedom from adding water. Thanks, Delco. Then come on to the Delco Freedom Battery Sale. AC Delco is making it possible for you to save on the powerful, never-add-water Delco Freedom Battery. At participating outlets, when you see the Delco Freedom Battery Sale poster.
Thanks, Delco!
Next Sunday, NBC Sports has a great day of football. See regional coverage of exciting NFL action, headlined by an AFC Central clash as the Oilers battle the Browns in a must game for both clubs. Check local listings for the game in your area.
Franco Harris now ranks 3rd in the NFL in career rushing attempts behind O.J. Simpson and Jim Brown.
And I think he'd like to have that last one back, Charlie.
Cleveland at the Pittsburgh 43-yard line. 12:31 left in the game. Browns lead by 7. Mike Pruitt. Pruitt, a little hesitation move. Then to the 38-yard line, a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. J.T. Thomas knocks him out of bounds. Let's check the scoreboard.
New York Giants ahead of Washington 14-6. That's in the 4th period play. And Steve Grogan, a 1-yard run. Now they lead, New England leads Buffalo 10-6 in the 4th period. Cincinnati leading St. Louis 31-21. That's in the 4th period. And Minnesota ahead of Tampa Bay. This could be, I assume, considered an upset, 23-16 in the 4th quarter.
And all the scores and highlights on the Budweiser NFL report, time permitting, after this game before the second game of the doubleheader. 2nd and 5. Calvin Hill. 2 yards to the 36. Be 3rd down and 3. Now, we mentioned a moment ago that the fumble by Franco, recovered by Clarence Scott, 2nd turnover by the Steelers in this ball game. They're 44th on the year. In their 3 losses this year, they had a total of 21 turnovers. 4 against Philadelphia, a disastrous 9 against Cincinnati, and 8 against San Diego.
Which proves one thing, that if they don't give you the football, if you have to earn everything you get against the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's very, very difficult to defeat them.
3rd down 3. Incomplete. Flag is down. Ozzie Newsome, the intended receiver.
Jack Lambert, number 58, is really giving it to the officials, but they're going to call him for roughing the passer. They figured what they had to do, Charlie, to put pressure on the quarterback Sipe is to blitz people. Here they are. You see 59 is Ham right here. Bang. 58 is Jack Lambert. And what Sipe was doing, he was just unloading that football so he wouldn't take a big loss. Now they are definitely in field goal range.
Defense number 58 at the 1st down.
It is a 1st down at the 23-yard line of Pittsburgh. Jack Lambert, the quintessence. It's a new word I was working on this week. Of the middle linebacker.
Work on it some more.
Needs a lot more work, doesn't it? We'll look at the films. We'll bring it out again in a couple of weeks. All right. It is a 1st down for the Browns. Now with 11:46 left to go in the ball game.
I look for Sipe to throw. They haven't done very much at all on 1st down running with the football.
Logan goes wide to the right side. Rutgers in the slot. Ozzie Newsome, the tight end. A wide receiver at Alabama in his 2nd year. Splits away left. It's a passing formation. They give instead to Pruitt. He is wrapped up by John Banaszak. No gain on the play.
He gave him a little fake the time before and got around him, but not that time. John says not 2 times in a row. A good play by John Banaszak, defensive right end of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Cleo Miller comes into the offense. Mike Pruitt comes out. Clock continues to move. 11:20 time remaining in the game. Cleveland 27, Pittsburgh 20.
Once again, 1st down, trying to run the ball. They come up with nothing. They're going to have to throw the football to move it.
Houston leading the Central Division by a half game. The Browns' victory here, they would lead by a game. And they play Cleveland next week, and then they play Pittsburgh. 3rd blitz, 3rd sack rather of the game. Jack Ham made the play. That is his 2nd sack of the game and his 5th of the year.
Nobody touched him. Don't turn this man loose on the quarterback, because he's going to come up with the quarterback in his hands. Somebody blew an assignment. Somebody was supposed to be in his face to block him, but nobody was there. He had a clean shot at Sipe.
It will be 3rd down and 15. Clock continues to move. Cleveland takes a timeout. I'm surprised. We'll go along with them. We'll take a timeout. Browns lead by 7. Sipe's in a conference with Sam Retigliano. When we come back, it will be 3rd and 15.
In just 3 years, audio buffs have made Pioneer speakers America's best-selling. Pioneer is also the leader in cassette decks. Over the years, our amps and tuners have received critical acclaim, as have our turntables. So, if you want a hi-fi system that's matched as carefully as it's engineered, get a component ensemble from Pioneer, because a component ensemble is only as good as the components ensembled. Pioneer. We bring it back alive.
Another middle mileage car from Japan, right? Wrong. The best estimated MPG gasoline mileage car in America. The best. Plymouth Champ. Built for Chrysler Plymouth by Mitsubishi. A technologically advanced Japanese car company. Champ is the mileage champ because of its unique air injection system. Its more efficient combustion means gas goes further with surprising power. Plymouth Imports. In total, Japan's most technologically advanced line of passenger cars.
It's Burt Reynolds and Sally Field in the TV premiere of Smokey and the Bandit. They're racing cross-country for the money, for the glory, and for the fun.
Mostly for the money.
Sunday on the big event.
File this note away. The Cleveland Browns will have only 2 timeouts remaining when we get down inside the last 2 minutes of the ballgame.
They are a 2-minute ball club. They've won so many games in the last couple of minutes of a football game, including overtime. They're 8 for 13 on third down situations of converting.
3rd and 15. What kind of a call do you like here?
It looks like they may blitz. If they blitz, I'd check off and go for 6. They're faking it.
They drop back. Sipe drops back to throw.
Oh, he got a man way up. Cleo Miller is all by himself.
If he can find him. Now he sees it. Miller is wrapped up after a gain of about 5 yards on the play, maybe only 4 by Jack Ham. But this gives Cockcroft, the field goal kicker, a little bit of distance.
Yes, Cleo Miller was wide open at the top of your screen. He's not looking. You can see him going out of the backfield now. No one was around him. He's looking the other way, so there's no way to see him, but he's going to pick him up right now. He knows he can't afford to take a loss back there. He's got to throw the ball. And by the time the ball gets there, the defense has been reacting. They get to Cleo Miller. But it was a good completion. It's going to move the ball up closer to the goal line and make an easier kick for Don Cockcroft.
And the man who brought the towel out is the holder, Dave Logan. There's the towel. He was making sure all that stickum is off of his hand. A 40-yard attempt by Cockcroft. It's good. So Cockcroft has hit from 20, has hit from 32, and now has hit from 40 yards away. The Browns lead by 10. It is Cleveland 30 and Pittsburgh 20 with 9:44 left.
Some guys never learn. They're still taking it on the chin. Gotcha. Norelco offers the Norelco rotary razor. Not 1 or 2 blades, but 36 blades inside 3 adjustable floating heads and a unique shaving angle for a very close shave without a nick or cut. So say hello to the Norelco rotary razor and say goodbye to Gotcha.
I gotta look good today, and there's nobody here to iron my shirt. Nobody has to. This 100% cotton shirt is fantastic. 100% cotton, but with a special process so I can just wash and wear. This is the shirt that's got it all together. All the comfort of 100% cotton and easy care.
Because she promised to love and honor.
But not to iron.
When you're looking for comfort, look for the seal of cotton. The more cotton, the better you feel.
On Sports World, inmate James Scott faces Yaki Lopez in a bout behind bars. Then, time permitting, the big money finals of the Legends of Bowling, plus the World Pro Skiing Championship Series Downhill, and the Invitational Snowmobile Derby, all next Saturday.
9:44 remaining. Cockcroft to kick off.
And he's kicking to a certain part of the field, to the one corner. And the reason he's doing that is that's the only way that they're going to return. If he kicks it to the left side of your screen, they're going to return it that way. They're not going to run all the way across the field.
Anthony Anderson, the deep back on the return. And he kicks to that side. It is fumbled. It is in, picked up. Theo Bell. Bell on the return. Bell scrambles his way to the 38-yard line. So what could have been the second disaster for the Steelers on a kickoff return. In the first quarter, Larry Anderson fumble recovered by the combination of Burrell and Bolton for the Browns. This time, Theo Bell picks it up, and Pittsburgh goes to work at their own 37-yard line. Budweiser NFL report, time permitting, after this game before the second half of the doubleheader. Steelers from their own 37-yard line. They trail now by 10. Bradshaw goes to work. Pass is complete. First down. Vinnie Cunningham, the tight end. 47-yard line of Cleveland.
Just a hook pass by the tight end Cunningham, going down and stopping between two linebackers. Bradshaw drilling the ball. This is a timing pass. As soon as that man turns around, the ball should be on its way.
Lots of time remaining in the ball game, just over 9 minutes. That can be an eternity in a game like this. Browns now defensively with a 3-4. Alzado is the nose tackle. Bradshaw drops it off. Rocky Blyer. Blyer to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the play. It'll be second down and 3.
Alzado's playing the defensive end position. He's moved out to the defensive end position, the left end position, which he's been playing most of the year. They're not getting any pressure on Bradshaw, and you're not going to do it with 3 men. When you have at least 5 offensive linemen to block 3 men, Bradshaw should have plenty of time to throw the football.
You're right. Excuse me. They're putting Mickey Sims in as the nose tackle when they go to the 3-4. Second down and 3. 8 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. Franco slips, still manages to pick up the first down. Boy, he can be all kinds of tough.
Well, he has such great acceleration. He'll hit up into that hole very quickly if there's nothing there. He has the ability to take off and accelerate in a hurry and jump to the outside or the inside. But here you're going to see that he slips a little bit on his synthetic turf right there. The left foot coming out, but he still maintains that leg drive and plunges forward enough for the first down.
7:45. Clock continues to move, as do the Steelers. They trail by 10. Mike St. Clair has come into that defensive front. Gregory comes out. First down. Bradshaw sweeps 5 on the pattern, drops it off to Franco. Great block by Corson. Ball is fumbled, then picked out of the air by Tom Darden, but the play, I believe, had been blown dead.
Screen pass that time to Franco Harris. And as you said, really an excellent block by the right guard, number 77, Steve Corson. Just dumping the ball out. Number 32, you're here coming in your screen right now. 77, Steve Corson, the guard. Good block on Charlie Hall, number 59.
Franco was down. Play is dead ball, then bounced up. Another good call by the official. Browns now with a 4-man front. Steelers, first down. Cleveland, 24-yard line. Looping it to the tight end, Cunningham. 1-yard line. 23 yards on the play. It'll be first down, goal to go.
We talked about the Cleveland Brown receivers. We should mention also, in the same manner, the Pittsburgh Steelers receiving corps, because they have great outside receivers. And this man today has been doing an outstanding job. Number 89 is Cunningham. Play action, fake, just lofting it over the linebackers and between the defensive backs. They're playing a zone defense. Makes a good catch, a good throw by Terry Bradshaw, and they're right now inside the 2-yard line.
Cunningham, 6'5", 247-pound tight end. First down, goal to go. Blyer in motion. Bradshaw to throw. He'll be sacked. Back at the 15-yard line. I cannot believe he doesn't go to Franco.
Do not understand why he didn't at least throw the ball. You're inside the 2-yard line. The one thing you don't want to do is take a big loss like that. He should have just unloaded it. If the man he was looking at was not open, just throw it out of the end zone.
And if our statistics are correct, that is the first sack of the ball game for the Browns.
You can see right there he's looking for secondary receivers. That right there he should have just unloaded it. Just thrown the ball away. Of course, it's easy to say now when you got some 550 pounds bearing down on you. You have to make decisions in a hurry.
Swan and Stallworth, the wide receivers, back in. 15-yard line. Pass is complete. John Stallworth with the reception. It will be third down and goal to go at the 4-yard line.
I'll tell you, 82 John Stallworth is doing a job over there on Oliver Davis, number 21. Oliver's given an awful lot of room in front. Bradshaw that time had an excellent throw. Put that ball right on the money. He was out there in a hurry.
5 minutes and 3 seconds. No, clock has already moved down to 4:55. 4-yard line. Third down, goal to go. Steelers trailing by 10.
Oh, they got to call a timeout.
They take a timeout. Stop the clock at 4:46. So now Pittsburgh and Cleveland each with 2 timeouts remaining. We'll be back to see if the Steelers can score.
You don't need a haircut, Mr. Reed. You need Brill Cream.
Brill Cream?
Sure. Your hair is short enough, but it's a mess.
It sure is.
Brill Cream's so concentrated, just a little dab keeps my hair healthy looking and in control all day. Watch. Without Brill Cream, hair's out of control. With Brill Cream, hair stays in control. Try a little dab. See? Terrific, huh?
You're right. With Brill Cream, a little dab will do you.
This Bud's for the United States Budweiser bobsled team.
This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, Budweiser's proud to sponsor the AAU bobsled team this winter. Here's to you guys from the king of beers.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
For the Steelers, third down goal to go 4-yard line. What do you like as a call here, Lem?
Well, one of two things, throwing the football, but they run the inside trap so very well, giving that ball to Franco Harris. And I think Cleveland Browns are thinking pass right now. So those linebackers, they're lining up in a linebacking position, but unless they're going to blitz, they're thinking about the pass, thinking about helping out.
If they don't score a touchdown here, do they go for the field goal now?
I would go for the field goal, yes.
Third down goal to go.
There's a man.
Franco Harris, touchdown. Inside trap. Good call with the quarterback.
He's done it so many times, there's no reason not to give it to him once again. As I said right there, they line up in a slot formation, had a man in motion. That distracts sometime from the linebackers. They're thinking pass. Straight ahead, here goes Franco Harris. Good blocking by that Steeler offensive. Look at that surge. Looking to push that Cleveland Brown team all the way back into the end zone.
And for Franco, his third touchdown of the day.
Here you're taking a look at it down from the ground level. Great shot down there. What's happening down around that goal line? A lot of activity.
Matt Bahr adds the important point after. The Steelers have pulled within 3 with 4:42 left to go. We'll be back with the kickoff as Franco Harris has scored his third touchdown of the afternoon.
These are very important lines. They determine how sharp your color TV picture will be. They're called lines of resolution. And the more lines, the sharper the picture. Magnavox has 25% more lines than ever before possible. That's why Magnavox has a sharper color picture than ever before possible. A 25% sharper color picture. From Magnavox, we make staying home fun.
$300. America's waking up to Chrysler Plymouth.
Chrysler's $300 offer has Americans looking at the new Chryslers and Plymouths and buying.
The $300 got me to look at it, but the Cordova sold itself.
The $300 really clinched the deal on my Volare.
Get a car, get a check, direct from Chrysler. But hurry, this offer's limited to 100,000 Chrysler Corporation buyers.
Waking up to Chrysler Plymouth.
At participating dealers.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, Franco Harris, scoring his third touchdown of the afternoon, 2 rushing, 1 receiving. Now it is up to the Cleveland Brown offense.
You look at the statistic there, 93 yards for Franco rushing. For the Cleveland Browns, they have not been that fortunate running with the football. As a matter of fact, 34 yards. That's all they've rushed for. It's tough because a couple of first downs if you're rushing with the football eats up that clock.
4-yard line, Dino Hall on the return. 15. Hit and down by Tom Gray. Tom Graves, you may recall, had that clipping penalty that cost the Steelers. He goes from goat to hero as he makes the tackle.
Now you're taking a list of these fans now are beginning to make themselves known, which could create a problem for the Cleveland Browns in hearing the signals out there.
There is the vision.
34 yards rushing for the Cleveland Browns. Now, right now, what they would love to be able to do is put that ball on the ground and eat up that clock. You're looking at 4 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in this football game. But they have not been able to run with the football.
Browns first down, their own 18-yard line. Sipe throws into coverage, has the first down at the 35-yard line. Ozzie Newsome, the tight end. J.T. Thomas with the tackle.
That gives you an idea what they're thinking. Forget about running with the football. Let's go after him. We're planning on scoring once again. I'm sure that's the attitude of this Cleveland Brown football team, because they feel the last quarter and the last couple of minutes in particular, that belongs to them. That's a good throw that time by Sipe. He also had both backs open out in the flat, because what they're doing defensively for Pittsburgh, they're collapsing in the middle. The linebackers are trying to help out in there.
Passing yardage. Cleveland much stronger on that side of the ledger.
That's why they're ahead in this football game.
3:45, time remaining.
Face mask.
Face mask. Cleo Miller. It was Robin Cole. Unintentional. But that's 5 yards and a first down.
Also stops the clock. Cleo Miller was wrapping. He had to get here early to wrap his leg. He maybe had to get here early to take care of his head, because right there is what face masking is all about, and that's why it's so dangerous. Do a lot of damage.
Now it carries either a 5 or a 15-yard penalty. If it is a jerking, or I want to use the word vicious,
face mask, pulling the face mask, 15 yards.
Pulling the face mask, better word. Pulling it is 15 yards if you just happen to grab it and it isn't any pull, or jerking of the neck, then it's 5-yard penalty.
Well, he did. Robin Cole didn't mean to do that. There's Terry Bradshaw. What he wants is to put that headgear back on and get out on the field, because they have been moving the football against this Brown defensive unit all afternoon long.
First down. Cleveland, their own 48-yard line. 3:42. Time remaining. Browns lead by 3. Play action. Great coverage downfield. Sipe's in trouble. He'll take a sack. That is the 4th of the ball game for the Steelers.
That also stops the clock at 3:34 remaining in this football game.
Don't forget the second half of the doubleheader. Stay with us. Oakland at Denver, Kansas City at San Diego, Miami at Baltimore. But this one is a long way from being over here.
He would like to have that play back, because I'm sure he'd love to throw the football away.
Now the clock is reset and has started again. It used to be after a sack, the clock did not start until the ball was snapped. Now, once everything is back to normal, then it has started. 3:08 and moving. Time remaining. Flags went down. There were 2 seconds on the 30-second clock.
L.C. Greenwood is saying that the offensive tackle moved and drew him offside.
5 offense.
And he was right.
That's a good heads-up play by Greenwood. Cleveland Browns are going the wrong direction, and they're also stopping that clock, the thing that they do not, that's not what they want to do. 3:06 remaining in this football game.
Second down and 26. 3 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. A precarious 3-point lead. And only 2 downs to get the 26 yards back. Sipe will have to go deep. 5 on the pattern. A 4-man rush. Sipe steps away. Sets. He'll take another sack. That is the 5th. Greenwood and Furness got it.
And also, once again, the clock is stopped at 2:58 remaining in this football game. Going to take a look at it now. He's going to be able to jump outside, because they had a game play there with the defensive lineman of the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's hindsight here, but he should have put that ball under his arm and taken off.
L.C. Greenwood, his 3rd sack of the ball game. 5 for the Steelers. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Clock is now moving again.
You take a look at the chains out there. This drive started on what, the 47-yard line.
It is 3rd and 31. Sipe throws. He was throwing it away. Throwing it in the ground. He wanted pass interference on a call. He didn't get it. 2:24. As Johnny Evans will be kicking to Theo Bell.
Right there, you take a look at that clock, 2:24. Had he not thrown an incompleted pass, had he put it under his arm and run for as much as he could, the clock would have continued to run. They'd have been down to the 2-minute warning before he kicks the football. Now he's going to kick the football, and they're going to get probably a play in, and then the 2-minute warning is going to come up. So it's to the advantage of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're lined up like they're going after him. Good kick.
Bell backpedals. 23-yard line. Fights his way out of 2 tackles. To the 40. To the 45. 50-yard line. The Browns had him surrounded. Curtis Weathers finally got him at the 50. Theo Bell.
I was just getting ready to say it was really good coverage by the Cleveland Browns, and it was. But it was a combination of excellent running by this man, Bell, and poor tackling by the Cleveland Browns. There's one man that had a shot, 2 men right there grabbing. You can't do that. You better put those shoulder pads on this man because he does not want to come down. Finally, he's going to take a good shot, and he will come down to the turf, but not before he gets to the 50-yard line. A couple of first downs away from the field goal.
Bradshaw throws. Complete. 36-yard line. Lynn Swan was on his knees.
2 minutes now. 2-minute warning will come up.
It'll be a first down. We'll take a timeout. The Steelers on the move, trailing by 3. 2 minutes to go.
To everybody who puts in a hard day's work, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This Bud's for you. This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
Hey, this Bud's for you.
The graphic tells the story, the importance of this game, and what is this man thinking about, Matt Bahr?
He's saying, please, Terry, get a touchdown. Don't put the heat on me. That's Matt Bahr, the field goal kicker of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And not only that, Cleveland returns home to host Houston next week.
Cleveland should understand this situation, Charlie. They've been in it many times this year.
First down, 36-yard line of Cleveland. Franco Harris, Corson, lead block. Good defensive tackle, a gain of 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down 7 as Dick Ambrose and Clay Matthews.
Yes, Dick Ambrose made a very fine play there, bringing Franco Harris down from behind. Actually, had he not made that tackle, Franco would have picked up very good yardage.
1:38 when the ball was snapped. Time remaining. Bradshaw drops it off left side. Rocky Bleier out of bounds. That will stop the clock. First down just inside the 25-yard line.
Good selection by Bradshaw. He was looking downfield, but what's happening? The linebackers are getting real good depth, trying to protect in that intermediate area where the tight end and the wide receivers go, and they're leaving the backs unattended to out in the flat. Now, this is a good play because it's going to pick up a first down, get him out of bounds. Now you're looking at 1:32 on the clock, and they are very much in field goal range.
As Lynn just mentioned, 1 minute and 32 seconds left to go.
Draw play.
Franco Harris.
Good open field tackle by 57 Clay Matthews.
Gain of 3, second down 7. Clock continues to move, 1:20 and counting.
They've had their practice. They did it in the first half prior to the ending of the first half. Did the same thing and scored a touchdown.
Second and 7. Looking to Swan. Looks back over the middle. Stallworth First down inside the 10. 8-yard line. John Stallworth. It will be first down and goal to go.
Credit that Pittsburgh line for giving this man plenty of time to take a look at the field. He actually was not looking at Stallworth at first. He was looking to the other side to Swan and Cunningham. And coming around, picking up Stallworth with a big play.
And the Steelers stop the clock. Trailing by 3 with 1:03 remaining there at the 8-yard line. We'll be back.
This Bud's for the United States Budweiser bobsled team.
This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, Budweiser's proud to sponsor the AAU bobsled team this winter. Here's to you guys from the king of beers.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
Me, I take care of myself. Here and here. That's why I use Skin Bracer from Menon. It's for men who take care of their skin every day. You have to. Shaving is rough. Skin Bracer tightens your pores. That's the tingle. It refreshes your skin and smooths it. Hey, it's not cologne. It's skin care that feels good. You need that after shaving.
You smell terrific.
Thanks. I needed that.
Menon Skin Bracer takes care of men who take care of their skin.
Due to the length of this game, the Budweiser NFL report will not be seen. The Steelers at the Cleveland 8-yard line. First down, goal to go. 1:03 left of the game. Cleveland leading by 3. Bradshaw in the corner, coverage, almost intercepted.
Was he lucky that time?
Stallworth, the intended receiver, Ron Bolton, with 2 interceptions on the year, could not pull this one down.
Terry Bradshaw can say thank you very much, because this very easily could have been an interception. He's throwing it over there to Stallworth, intended for Stallworth, but you can see right there that not only is Bolton there, but 22 Scott is also in the area. Had that ball been tipped up in the air, Scott would have had a chance to intercept it.
58 seconds left of the game. Second down, goal to go, 8-yard line. Matt Bahr with an easy field goal range.
You say easy until you get out there.
Franco Harris jumps to the outside. It's cut down inside the 4-yard line. Clock continues to move. It'll be third down and goal to go. Steelers have 1 timeout remaining. The Browns have 2. The clock, 41 seconds and counting.
They still have plenty of time. This is it.
Looping it into the corner, knocked away.
Bring on the
Oliver
field goal
David. Now we'll go for the tie. Matt Bahr. Bahr in this ball game is 2 for 3. He's hit from 45 yards. He's hit from 34 yards. He has missed from 39 yards.
His should be automatic. The pressure is on the center to start with, because he must get that ball to the holder, and then the holder, this is what it's all about.
Mike Webster, the center.
This is another ordinary day here in Pittsburgh.
Colquitt, the holder. Matt Bahr to kick. High snap, gets it down, it is up, it is good. We are tied 30-30 with 24 seconds to go. We're staring overtime in the face.
The Cleveland Brown fans have had to watch this football team. They could have hard arrest or something, because it seems that every week this has been the script for the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh took a page right out of the Browns book, because they came right back when they had to, coming up with a 3-pointer.
24 seconds to go. Regulation.
Don't count it out. It's not over yet. 24 seconds remaining in this football game. The Cleveland Browns are going to get the football. If they get a good return, they've got 2 timeouts remaining. They can get in field goal range. And they have a man that can kick the ball very, very well by the name of Cockcroft.
Did anybody get the distance of that field goal? I was interested only in the 3 points and not the distance, so I didn't get a tab on that. But probably the most important field goal, 21 yards. 21 yards on the field goal. Most important field goal for Matt Bahr, the rookie from Penn State, taken in the 6th round of the draft, and he will now be kicking off.
We knew this was going to be an exciting football game.
21 yards, the official call on the field goal by this young man, 23-year-old Matt Bahr.
He does look young, doesn't he?
He is young. Dino Hall set for the return.
The Cleveland Browns are gathering up there like it's going to be an onside kick. They're not going to kick this ball on sides. They're going to boom it down there.
Clock starts when the ball has been touched in the field of play. Dino Hall at the goal line, to the 5, to the 10, and cut down at the 13 to the 14-yard line. 19 seconds on the clock. Rick Moser made the tackle. And with that much time and that field position, I would assume that they'll be content to run it out and go for the toss of the coin. What do you think?
I'd say the first play is going to dictate their thinking. If the first play works, they're going to call timeout and hope to get the ball in position to kick a field goal.
Now, don't forget, most of you will see the second half of the doubleheader across the country, but not until we get through here, and we may have a ways to go. We are tied 30-30.
They're going to just sit on the ball because Reggie Rucker is in the backfield in case there's some sort of fumble.
He's the designated fumble recovery tackler.
Their rushing attack has been nil this afternoon. That's probably why they're thinking of doing this.
The crowd does not like it. Cleveland now will just take the countdown. They have been very fortunate in overtimes. I believe their record is 4-1. The only overtime that they lost was here. Only time that they have lost the call of the toss of the coin. They lost that game.
Well, we're going to find out about the toss of the coin very shortly.
We will have the toss of the coin in just a moment. It will be called by the visiting team. And so that can be as important a call as Cleveland will make.
I wonder if Sam's going to make that decision. If I were the captain going out there, I would say, Sam, this is your choice. 50-50 chance.
As you know, the maximum that we can play in overtime is another period. That would be 15 minutes. That is in case there is no scoring. On any type of a score, safety, field goal, touchdown, game is immediately over. That is the winning team. If it goes 15 minutes or a period, there's no score, it goes as a tie.
Tails he calls. Tails, Cleveland won a toss.
Still intact, Charlie. They still have yet to lose the toss of the coin.
Only once. They
It'll
lost
be
here.
3 minutes before kickoff.
All right, thank you, Ben. We'll have 3 minutes, a quick breather.
The coin took a funny bounce.
Oh, and even the coin took a funny bounce. That is the end of regulation play. The score is tied at 30-30. We'll return with sudden death action in a moment after these messages from your local station.
Wednesday, meet a self-proclaimed Tarzan and splash around in a portable hot tub on real people. Then, on a special Different Strokes and Hello Larry, Arnold's candid camera develops into a family feud. And check into Samurai Hotel with Richard Pryor on the best of Saturday Night Live. The fun starts at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on NBC.
Furnitureland's Thanksgiving sale is the biggest savings event of the year. It's a tradition at Furnitureland to save more during the sale, but hurry because quantities are limited.
It's that time of day when you can say, come on and head for the mountains. The taste is smooth and waiting for you.
Here's to a beer brewed slow, cold, and natural for a taste as smooth as its name. Busch.
Head for Busch Beer. Head for Busch Beer.
The Pittsburgh Steelers taking a page out of the playbook of the Cleveland Browns, scoring 17 points in the fourth quarter to come from behind and to tie it up. Pittsburgh has never led in this ballgame.
I think this is an indication of how important this football game is to both teams and how they're fighting and scratching all the way down to the final seconds. Now we're into overtime.
This year, the Steelers have been in overtime once. That was their first game. It was against New England. They won it 16-13. For the Cleveland Browns, this is the third time this year that they have been in overtime. The first game of the season, they defeated the New York Jets in overtime. Last week, they defeated Miami in overtime. Cleveland won the toss. They'll be receiving. Matt Bahr, who tied it up and sent us into overtime, kicking off to Dino Hall.
Buffalo, New England. If Buffalo kicks an extra point, they're going to go into overtime. All the exciting games are right here on NBC.
Bahr, 15, 20.
Oh.
Dropped at the 27-yard line.
I guess he was dropped.
Zach Valentine brought him down. Cleveland from their own 27, first down.
You can expect this man to put the ball in the air. 300 yards passing so far, 3 touchdown passes. They have not been able to run with the football all afternoon against this fine Steeler defensive unit, but they have been able to throw the football. I look for them to do just that. That's the way they won last week against Miami.
Buffalo and New England, 13-13. They go into overtime.
All right.
Sipe sends 5 on the pattern. Rolls
Let
left.
it go. He's got a man
run for it. He'll do it. He's being chased. It's all that he can. Then keeps going. He goes out of bounds. A big gain for Brian Sipe, whose 2 key runs last week against Miami in overtime set up that victory. A flag was dropped back at the 44-yard line. We'll have to check out the marker. He moved to the 39-yard line of Pittsburgh.
Defensive tackle Gary Dunn hot in pursuit, and look at him leaning forward. He doesn't want that big man to get a hold of him. He does trip him up a little bit, and he's knocked out of bounds by Jack Lambert.
Quick update. Let's go to New York.
Brian Gumble in New York reporting that in Foxborough, the Bills have moved into a tie with 11 seconds to play. Joe Ferguson operating from deep in territory, looking down, finding Lou Picone. He gets away from Doug Badone, catches it, touchdown in the end zone. Point after good. Buffalo ties New England. That ball game with less than 10 seconds to play. Let's go back to Pittsburgh and Charlie Jones.
Here's what has happened. The ball is now at the 34-yard line. The Browns have taken a timeout. When we come back, we'll sort it all out for you. We're tied. We're in overtime.
In the back half of my head.
Colin Gardner has a headache.
Anytime I have a headache or anything of the sort, I want something to stop it.
Will you try extra-strength Tylenol? You know, Colin, without a prescription, you can't buy a more potent pain reliever.
I would have to try it first to agree with that.
Compare the levels of medicine in the leading regular and extra ingredient pain relievers. Extra strength Tylenol has more medicine for your headache.
How do you feel?
Super.
Yeah.
Now, for me to say super, oh no. Most people never hear a word out of me, you know. My headache has disappeared. I was about to ask you if I could take some of these with me. It seems to really have done the job. To be perfectly honest with you, when I get home, I will go buy some of it. I would recommend it.
Extra strength Tylenol, tablets, capsules, and easy to swallow adult liquid. Aspirin free, and you can't buy a more potent pain reliever without a prescription.
I feel great.
Here's what has happened. Brian Sipe ran for 34 yards. There was a penalty against the Steelers, which takes it now to the Pittsburgh 34-yard line. Cleveland has a first down. The Browns have been in all kinds of close situations this year. They beat the Jets in overtime by 3. They beat Kansas City by 3. Baltimore they beat by 3. They lost to Washington by 4. They beat Cincinnati by 1. They beat Philadelphia by 5. They lost to Seattle by 5. They beat Miami in overtime by 6.
That's where that running game is really hurting the Cleveland Browns. Nothing there. They're getting nothing on first down. What Sipe does not want to do now is lose any yardage. You saw just a while ago, Cockcroft was on the sidelines drop kicking the ball. I'm sure that he's not going to do that. I haven't seen a drop kick in 25 years.
It will be second down and 10. Calvin Hill and Cleo Miller, the 2 running backs.
Yes, sir. You can see him. He's feeling the heat right now.
He has been there so many times.
They're coming after Sipe.
The sack at the 41-yard line by Jack Lambert. A very costly play for the Browns, a very important defensive play for the Steelers.
It's where the backs back there are going to have to pick up those linebackers. That time they didn't get the job done. They're coming after him. All linebackers. Ham is on his way. He's picked up by Cleo Miller. A great block there. but number 56 is
Robin Cole.
Robin Cole. He gets through and makes the sack on Sipe. The ball is all the way back to the 41-yard line now. I believe it's out of field goal range now for Cockcroft.
Sipe needs to pick up 11 yards on the play. 11 yards.
This man wants a chance anyway. He wants a chance to kick it. They need to pick up some yardage here, though.
That would take him to the 30.
They're coming after him again. Going up top.
Ozzie Newsome. Intercepted. Mel Blunt with the interception. He caught it inside the 5. His momentum takes him into the end zone. They will mark it at the spot of the interception. Steelers have the ball at the 4-yard line.
I'll tell you this, that's better than a punt when you look at it in that respect, because he was not open. He was not going to catch the ball. Newsome was the man that he was going to. They had a blitz. They were going after Sipe. He had to get rid of the football. But now the Steelers are going to have to march some 96 yards to get into the end zone. So when you look at it in that respect, that's better than a punt. Not too often you're going to get the ball out on the 4-yard line.
From the 4-yard line, as Lynn mentioned, 96 yards away. But in reality, they can play now the short field. They need to gain only 66 yards on the drive. That will take it to the Browns' 30-yard line. That would set up a 47-yard field goal attempt. And that, of course, is also on their mind. As Franco Harris picks up 4 yards to the 8, it will be 2nd down and 7.
We are in overtime, so are the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. They're tied at 13-13. They're into overtime. Joe Ferguson to Lou Pacone, 11-yard touchdown pass. Tied the ball game. Buffalo, New England, overtime. The Cleveland defense is going to have to stand up to stop them. They're going to win this football game because if they stop them here, they get good field position.
Franco Harris, 12-yard line. Gain of 4 more. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Dick Ambrose with the tackle.
Right now, Pittsburgh wants that 1st down, because they do not want to punt down here, because that would automatically give Cleveland pretty good field position. And the way that they're moving that football, throwing it, they can score in a hurry.
Now there's your short yardage situation, which means that Randy Grossman comes in as a wingback. Larry Brown will move out to tight end. Jerry Mullins is also in. Remember Grossman? They threw to him in this situation earlier in the ball game. He goes in motion, and Bolton goes with him. Pitches to Franco. Franco out of bounds. 15-yard line, 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you, he didn't get a whole lot, but he got what they wanted. Pitching out, trying to go wide to the left side. You see the man in motion is Grossman, pitching out to number 32, Franco Harris. And now it's a foot race. Number 20 is Rocky Blyer out in front. He's leading the way. Getting a block right there on Ron Bolt, number 28.
Oliver Davis came over the top. Franco out of bounds, 15-yard line. 1st down for the Steelers.
Big 1st down for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Browns now in a 3-4 defense. Swan is wide to the near side. Stalwart to the far side. It'll be Rocky Blyer. Blyer cuts back upfield. 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. A little over 5 to go. You notice the Steelers just start to grind it out.
Notice that Rocky Blyer, when he was going into all that traffic, he had both arms around that football, because what has really killed him? Turnovers. He does not want any now. Take a look right now when he's getting ready to go into traffic, right there, putting both arms around that football, putting his head down and holding on.
Slot left side for the offense. 2nd down, a little over 5. Browns go back to a 4-3 defense. Franco Harris turns upfield. 1st down. Franco Harris in this ball game, his 34th 100-yard rushing game.
That's why they say as Franco goes, so goes the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's really been a tremendous running back.
1st down, Steelers at their own 27-yard line. Now a Pittsburgh win here, they would then be tied with Houston for the lead with a 10-3 record. A Cleveland win here, Cleveland and Pittsburgh would be tied with 9-4 records. Houston would be leading in the Central Division at 10-3. Houston next week is at Cleveland. Pittsburgh will host Cincinnati. They can become the spoilers. Rocky Blyer. Blyer from the 27 to the 34-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Pittsburgh just pulls it up. They're going to do it on the ground.
They're going right after him, right at the throat of the Cleveland Browns. They're sticking it right straight ahead at him, giving the ball to Franco Harris and to Rocky Bleier. That is their bread and butter, and they're going to continue to do that until the Cleveland Browns stop it.
And a lot of action left for most of you this afternoon in the second half of the doubleheader. Second down and 3. Franco Harris. Davis leading the way. A gain of 3 yards. Close to the first down. Charlie Hall with the tackle. It was second down and 3. And the officials asked for the change.
Good play by number 59, Charlie Hall, the linebacker. He was fighting off a block of Sam Davis, the offensive left guard.
You saw Matt Bahr, the field goal kicker. Charlie Hall, who made the last tackle, and we have 9:51 left to go in the overtime period. Again, first score by anybody, overtime, game is over. A couple of inches short of the first down. If there is no scoring after 1 quarter or 15 minutes of play, then this game goes into the books as a tie.
Charlie, the way things are going right now, it doesn't look like it's going to end up in a tie.
Third down and inches. Do you gamble here?
You can here because you're in pretty good position if you don't make it to punt, and they would not be in good field position because the defensive unit of the Pittsburgh Steelers the last several minutes have jumped up and controlled this football game.
Grossman is on the right wing. He goes in motion. They will not gamble. Franco, first down. 43-yard line. He picks up 6 and the first down. Steelers have now moved from their own 4 to their own 43 in 9 grueling plays.
Yes, and it's been all on the ground. Franco Harris, Rocky Bleier just pounding straight ahead. You're going to take a look. This is a short yardage situation. Everybody's up there. And it's just straight ahead. This is what it's all about in football. In the middle of that line, offensively and defensively. If you move them back, you gain yardage.
First down. 8:55 time remaining. Franco leads.
Nothing there that time. A good play by the Cleveland Brown defensive unit. That's what they have to do. Force Pittsburgh in a situation where they're going to have to throw the football.
A gain of a yard. It will be second down and 9.
And they're in that position right now. Yes, sir. Matt Bahr, he's aware of the situation.
Crowd starts to come alive here at Three River Stadium. They've been rather quiet on this drive. Second down 9. Pass is complete. First down, Stallworth. Cleveland 45.
I'll tell you, the strong arm of Bradshaw. He was backing up and he flicked that ball out there to that man, number 82, John Stallworth. Another big first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 45-yard line and moving.
Needing only 15 more yards to get in field goal range. 45 yards for a touchdown.
The Cleveland Browns, what they need is a turnover.
Brown defense has to make something happen or it will be all over.
Play pass. Going up top.
Swan. Could be intercepted. Swan tripped the defender. There's a flag down.
Yeah, he's going to be offensive.
It'll be offensive pass interference against Lynn Swan.
It's a good move, let me tell you. Because
better than an interception.
It looked like Bolton might have had a shot of intercepting that ball. He was the closest one to it. He's going up top. This is an out and up move. Played very well by Bolton, number 28 on Lynn Swan. Right there is when the contact was made.
Offense, pass interference, number 88.
I say it's a good move because don't let that man give him an opportunity to intercept the football because they're moving the ball both running and throwing against this Cleveland Brown defense.
So they'll bring the ball back to the 45-yard line of Pittsburgh, and it is first down and 20. Now Bradshaw has to throw.
Well, I'll tell you, coming up now, this is another big situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They provided Bradshaw with plenty of time to throw the football. They've got 4 men rushing against Bradshaw now.
He drops this one off to Franco Harris. Harris to the 50, 45, 41-yard line. They'll mark it close to the 40-yard line of the Cleveland Browns.
Safe pass for Bradshaw, screen pass. Hitting the ball out to Franco Harris in the offensive line, moving out there, providing a wall for him. He does a good job of cutting back. St. Clair right there should have realized something was up. You can see right now that Franco made a good move back to the inside. A great block by Steve Person. Boy, he just unloaded on somebody.
Second down and 6. Cleveland 41-yard line. The statistics of Matt Bahr.
He's saying keep moving that ball, Terry.
5 on the pattern. Franco over the middle, all alone. He's got the first down. 32-yard line, first down. Clarence Scott and Dick Ambrose with the tackle.
See what happens now. Those linebackers are getting deep. They're doing that because of Stallworth and Swan in that intermediate area around 15 to 18 yards. They've been getting open and catching the football. When they're helping out deep, Bradshaw just dumped it off to the fullback coming out of the backfield. And now somebody's got to make an open field tackle on Franco Harris, and that is not an easy chore.
It was first down and 20. They got it back in 2 plays. Franco Harris, the key in overtime. And now the Steelers need only 4 or 5 more yards to be well within the field goal range of Matt Bahr. Going deep over the middle. Tip. Intercepted. The Browns have the football at the 11-yard line. The one thing the Steelers did not want to happen. The one thing the Browns needed more than anything else in the world.
Said what they had to have was a turnover because the defensive unit of the Cleveland Browns, they were not stopping this Pittsburgh offensive unit. That ball popped up in the air, and when that happens, most of the time there's a defensive back in the area, and he has the best shot of coming up with an interception. Going right down the middle. Too many folks back there. The ball is thrown high. It's tipped up in the air. Tom Darden is back there. Up with the interception. Number 82 is...
28, Ron Bolden.
28 intercepted, but 82 is Stallworth, and he was the one that was down.
Right.
But he's up and walking off the field now. He should be all right. So, number 28, Ron Bolton. Lynn Swan tripped him a little while ago. He might have had an opportunity for an interception a couple of plays ago, but he's coming up with a big turnover for the Cleveland Browns right now. 5:52 remaining in this overtime period.
Cleveland has the ball at their own 12-yard line.
They can't eat up much of the clock because they had not been able to run with the football, Charlie. He's probably going to have to go up and put it up on top again once now, trying to get the ball moving.
Sipe throws, pass is complete, 30-yard line, Reggie Rucker. First down for the Browns.
Well, I'll tell you, Sipe paid for that because 76 Banasak unloaded on him after he got rid of the football. Rucker, who's had a lot of injury problems, you recall last week, he left the ball game for a period of time because of an injury, came back after he left. But coming up with a big catch right there, up to the 30-yard line. Sipe going back to throw, applying pressure on him. 78. See, that was 76 Banasak, or maybe it was White.
Dwight White.
Dwight White in the ball game. He unloaded on Sipe after he got rid of that football. There's been a lot of hard knocks out there this afternoon.
Ricky Feature has come in to replace Reggie Rucker. They're still working on Rucker at the 30-yard line. When play resumes, clock is stopped with 5:39 left to go in the overtime period. The Browns will have a first down at their own 30-yard line. It's gotten rather quiet along the Steeler bench. Now remember, if there is no scoring within the next 5 minutes and 39 seconds, then this will go in the book as a tie, which would mean that the Houston Oilers would continue to lead in the Central Division. And don't forget the second half of the doubleheader today. You'll see their Oakland at Denver, Kansas City at San Diego, Miami at Baltimore, and Rucker comes out.
And he's moving well, which is a good sign. I'm sure he'll be back in there in a minute.
Ricky Feature is wide to the near side. Logan wide far side. Running backs are split. Brian Sipe. Ozzie Newsome, the tight end, incomplete. 46-yard line. Double coverage and outstanding coverage by the Steelers.
Yes, sir. Number 56 was Robin Cole. Donnie Shell, number 31. Donnie Shell had that play designed, or he had it mapped out, because he was watching that quarterback and the tight end all the way. It had been a bad throw, he would have been in a position to intercept that football.
Dennis Winston was the starter at right linebacker, been replaced by Robin Coe. Winston is not hurt. He has just been replaced by Robin Coe.
27 completions for Terry Bradshaw. That is a career high. And he did it, brother. He did it, but it really, you know, when he had to have it. The one thing that I'm sure he'd like to take away was that last interception.
2nd and 10. Over the middle, pass is complete, and it is a first down.
Calvin Hill.
44-yard line, a gain of 14. J.T. Thomas stopping Calvin Hill. Now exactly 5 minutes remaining. A Steeler injured on the play, and there is a very lonely Don Cockcroft, who could well be the man to win the ball game for the Browns. And I noticed that, I thought for a moment there was nobody by him, and then Johnny Evans comes over. It does get lonely over there for the kickers.
Most of the time they just want to leave him alone, you know, and let him to his own thoughts. But Don Cockcroft has been there before. He knows what the pressure's all about.
4 minutes, 58 seconds left to go in overtime. We'll be back in a moment.
Holidays were made for Michelob. Holidays were made for special friends.
What better beer than Michelob for the holiday season? Special enough to make the right impression, friendly enough to show you care. No wonder Michelob has become a holiday tradition.
Holidays were made for Michelob.
Yeah.
First down, Cleveland. Their own 44-yard line. Sipe's in trouble. He'll be sacked. L.C. Greenwood got him. That is the 4th sack of the ball game for L.C. Greenwood. And I believe the 7th for the Steelers.
Credit that secondary, the Pittsburgh Steelers, for that sack, because ordinarily he had enough time to throw the football, but there was nobody open.
2nd down and 17 at the 37-yard line. 4 minutes, 15 seconds, time remaining overtime.
They had good pressure that time, Charlie, from all 4 of those defensive linemen, so for Sipe, there was really no place to go.
The defense of the Steelers has been awesome from the beginning of the 4th quarter on. Sipe throws, overthrows, incomplete. 3rd down and 17 at the Cleveland 37-yard line. Now let's check some scores of other ball games.
New Orleans easily winning over Atlanta 37-6. They are very much in the playoff picture, the New Orleans Saints. Yes,
we've got a big ball
nervous time
game down there in a couple of weeks too with San Diego. Nervous time for Sam Rutigliano, and also for Chuck Noll, and probably most of all for Don Cockcroft.
Not unless they get that ball closer to the goal line. Look, he may be worn up his arm. Maybe he wants to throw the ball.
Cleveland needs 33 yards to be within field goal range. But it is 3rd down, 17. They need 17 here, or they'll have to kick. Logan tipped, incomplete. So the Browns will be kicking to the Steelers. Lauren Taves and Jack Lambert make the defensive play.
You can see how deep that linebacker got back. I'm talking about Lambert, number 58. He's trying to force it in there to 85 Logan, and they're fortunate that the ball bounced away from the defensive men. That's number 49, Dwayne Woodruff. Bounced away from, otherwise it could have been interception, and they could have had a good return back.
So Johnny Evans will be kicking to Theo Bell. Bell at the 25-yard line.
Well,
it takes a Brown bounce. Fielded at the 16-yard line. He'll be covered at that point. Now let's check quickly the scoreboard.
All right, New York Giants over the Washington Redskins, 14-6, a big victory for the Giants. Overtime, just like this ball game, Buffalo, New England, it's tied 13-13. They are in overtime. Cincinnati over St. Louis, putting some points on the board, 34-28. The Bengals winning that one. And here's a close one, a final, an upset it'd have to be, 23-22. Minnesota defeating Tampa Bay.
Steelers now from their own 17-yard line, 3:43 left in overtime. 5 on the pattern. Bradshaw, the Lucky Blyer, and then out of bounds, stopping the clock. He's out at the 23-yard line, a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Lynn?
He was looking to go downfield, but they had good coverage on the wide receivers and the tight end of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And here, that play doesn't look like much, but it's a 6-yard gain. It puts you in a 2nd and 4 situation where you can run or throw. But what they're working on right now, and working against, is that clock. 3:37 remaining in overtime. And
They're
the standings
in the Central Division.
Sitting back watching with great interest in this football game.
We'll come back to those standings right after this play. Franco Harris, sweep right side. Tripped up, gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Now here's the situation. Houston already has a 10-3 record by their win Thursday over Dallas. If Pittsburgh wins, they will be tied with Houston at 10-3. If Cleveland wins, then Cleveland and Pittsburgh will be tied. They will have identical 9-4 records. They'll be a game behind Houston. If the game ends in a tie, then Pittsburgh will be 9-3-1, Cleveland 8-4-1. Houston will continue to lead in the Central Division with a 10-3 record.
It would probably be an advantage to Houston if this game did end in a tie.
I think you're right.
I think you're right.
3rd down and 3. 2:54 left in overtime. Franco Harris, 1st down.
Wide open once again, just coming out of the backfield. Bradshaw looking downfield first, but I think he probably had his intentions were to throw to this man, number 32, Franco Harris, because they had to have a 1st down, and it's been open all day.
A gain of 10 yards for Franco Harris.
You see the tight end is moved dragging out. That's 89. Wide open, number 32, Franco Harris. 34-yard line.
2:20 left in overtime. 1st down, Steelers their own 34. Bradshaw with 5 on the pattern. Goes deep and is incomplete. Stops the clock, 2:11. Stallworth, the intended receiver.
Was not open. Good thing he threw the ball out of bounds, because John was well covered over there by 21, Oliver Davis. Matt Bahr looking on with great interest. He wants him to move that ball down the field a little bit so he gets an opportunity to kick.
I have got a statistic for you. Franco Harris, in this ball game, has rushed for 135 yards, has caught 79 yards in passes. Franco Harris himself 214 yards of total offense. That could be a good afternoon for some ball club.
He might be tired tomorrow, Charlie.
6 men in the Browns secondary.
Offsides. It's the break.
Break for the Browns. They'll call the play back. Bradshaw scrambling. Fumbles. Steelers recover it, but they can bring it back, or it can be refused. Ted Peterson fell on it at around the 36-yard line, which would mean a total gain of a couple of yards. It would be 3rd down and 8 if the play stands, or it would be 2nd down and 15.
That is the decision to be made by Sam Rutigliano.
That is a tough one. I would say 2nd and 15. In overtime, you want to...
I would refuse it.
What is your choice?
Because both of them are going to be in a passing situation. If it's 2nd, they get 2 times to throw the football. Here they have just 1.
All right, Sam, what do you decide? Yours is the one that counts.
Doesn't make any difference what I think. Look at Gregory.
Gregory, he wants to take the penalty. Gregory wants to take the penalty.
I think he talked him into it.
I believe you're right. I don't think he talked him into it. Well, Sam, that's what he wanted to do.
Illegal motion, the offense. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd down and 15. Steelers ball. Their own 29-yard line. 1:59 left to go in the overtime period. So, just as the end of any half, we take a 2-minute warning, and we'll be back in a moment. Overtime, Three Rivers Stadium. We are tied at 30.
The Electronics introduces the first chess game that not only thinks, but also speaks to you.
I am Fidelity Chess Challenger, your computer opponent. Enter your move B1, C3, enter. From page 4 to F2, queen, takes, on, set, and mate.
Fidelity's Challenger Series games at fine stores everywhere.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, 1 minute, 59 seconds. left in overtime. Again, we end in a tie after 15 minutes of overtime. Then this game goes in the books as a tie. Once we get to the playoffs, then, of course, you keep playing until there is a victory. And you've been in a couple of big overtime games.
Well, I sure have. I know you get very tired, you know. You want a big break to get it over with. You want to break your side. For Pittsburgh right now, they need 15 yards to pick up a first down. That's the first order of business before they will concern themselves about getting any points on the board. For Cleveland, they haven't really done a very good job of stopping the Steelers.
Greg Pruitt in the background on the crutches. Cast operation. He'll have the cast off in about a week and going to a walking cast. 2nd and 15 from the Steeler 29, Franco Harris. And Franco gets about 4 of it back. It will be 3rd down and 11. Clay Matthews makes the tackle, and that means that Bradshaw will have to throw. And if he does not pick up the first down, then Matt Bahr can go sit down, and Don Cockcroft will have to work.
Those players are probably going over there checking his eyes and seeing how he's reacting to the pressure. But what they need now is a first down.
Franco in the right flat. Bradshaw scrambles. He'll pick it up. Bradshaw first down, 50, 45, 40 out of bounds. 38-yard line of Cleveland. Courtesy of Terry Bradshaw.
Charlie, we got a final. Buffalo defeating New England 16-13 in overtime.
And that makes that Miami game in the second half of the doubleheader even more important. Here's the scramble by Terry Bradshaw. Big play for the Steelers. Cleveland 38-yard line.
You had said earlier about this man, number 12, Terry Bradshaw, the different ways that he can hurt you. Throwing the football, he's got well over 300 yards passing today. There's another display of what he can do to you running with the football. 29-yard field goal. Buffalo defeats New England in overtime. And we are in overtime right now.
Dropped off to Franco Harris. Harris to the 35. Harris to the 31-yard line. Very close to the field goal range of Matt Bahr. And now what the Steelers can do, they can stay on the ground, use up that clock.
Well, I'll tell you something. Credit Franco. This is not a good throw. It's a good catch, but credit Franco Harris with an outstanding run. He didn't run that far, but it was a good run. He was trying to get out of bounds, but they did a good job of keeping him inbound.
Now
the clock is running.
50 seconds left in overtime. Franco Harris, 27-yard line, 44 seconds.
Timeout by Pittsburgh.
Franco is just a little slow to get up. Let's go to New York for an update.
Bryant Gumbel in New York reporting that in Foxborough, the Bills have upset the Patriots. Just under 6 minutes to play. This following an interception. Joe Ferguson, long distance to Jerry Butler. He's brought down at the 11. The play covers 51 yards. Chuck Knox wastes no time. In comes Nick Mickemeyer. He makes good from 29 yards out. The final in overtime. Buffalo 16, New England 13. Back to Pittsburgh and Charlie Jones.
We're still in overtime here, but we have 44 seconds remaining. Now what the Steelers can do, they can use up all of the clock to throw the incomplete pass with about 4 or 5 seconds to go, get the field goal team in, go for the field goal attempt, which would mean they would either win or tie. They can keep the Browns offense off of the field.
There's another thing to consider also, Charlie, that if they move the ball down there, consider kicking it on 3rd down. The reason I say that, if it's a bad snap, then you still got another chance to kick it.
Don't forget the second half of the doubleheader. A lot more football for you this afternoon on NBC. Corson with the lead block. Franco Harris, 25-yard line. Scoots just inside the 25. It will be 2nd down and 8. We'll be running out of time. We'll be going to the second ball game very quickly. George Finkel, our producer, John Gonzalez, our director, have done an outstanding job here today.
Here, yes.
Yes. Standing ovation.
20 seconds remaining.
He's going to throw the incomplete pass.
He's going to try to probably complete it.
No, he's throwing the incomplete pass. He wants to stop the clock 17 seconds.
He hit the 20-yard line. That's what he was aiming for. As long as you're throwing that ball, that was intentionally grounding the ball. That was right there. That was intentionally grounding the ball. But he wasn't getting that much pressure, and he was throwing it just to an open area, and he was throwing it forward. The referee is the only one that can call that play, by the way, and he wouldn't call it in a situation like that.
3rd down and 8, 25-yard line.
Jim Smith, another wide receiver into the ball game. Cunningham out.
Here they would throw corner of the end zone or throw it away. Right?
He's going to put that ball up in the air.
Because it's 3rd down 8. 3 wide receivers.
I'd keep
Swan,
both,
Stallworth, and Smith.
Keep both backs in, too. Help block. Look at those defensive men. It's a draw play.
Draw to Franco Harris. Franco to the 19-yard line. And Bradshaw takes a timeout with 13 seconds to go in overtime.
We're talking about number 9, Matt Bahr, and how he's going to react under pressure. We're going to find out in just a minute.
He will have a 37-yard attempt to win it in this ball game. He is 3 for 4 from 45, 34, and 21, missing from 39 yards. That doesn't make any difference. It is right here.
And look where Bradshaw put that football. Right
in the middle.
In the middle of the field.
Mike Webster will be snapping on the hole. We welcome the rest of the network. Here's the situation. 30 from the 27-yard line, a 37-yard field goal attempt by Matt Bahr with 13 seconds remaining in the overtime period of a 30-30 tie between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. This is to win it for the Steelers, and they would be tied with Houston with a 10-3 record. The kick is up. It is good. The Steelers win it.
9 seconds remaining.
It is over. Overtime is over.
9 seconds to go in overtime. Field goal by Matt Bahr. We asked how he was going to react to pressure. He just showed us. Right through the middle of the uprights.
Matt Bahr hitting 4 of 5 in the ball game. That was the most important of all. 37-yard field goal. The Steelers win it 33-30. And so in the AFC Central, Pittsburgh and Houston are tied with 10-3 records. Cleveland is now 8-5, and they host Houston next week. Pittsburgh will be hosting Cincinnati.